Once again, we welcome everyone in for the broadcast for today's Western State Conference showdown between the Bakersfield College Renegades and the Citrus College Owls. We now go down to the court and public address announcer John Candelaria for the introduction of today's starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the starting lineup for the visiting Citrus Owls. Wearing the number 1, Leo Ricketts. Wearing the number 2, Emery Meadows. Wearing the number 10, JJ Sanchez. Wearing the number 12, Dev Hamilton. Wearing the number 23, Rockwell Reynolds. Head coach for the Owls, Brett Lauer. And now the starting lineup for your BC Renegades. Tonight, wearing the number 0, Elijah Wade. 6'6" forward. Wearing the number 5, Markel Brooks. 6'5" freshman, wearing the number 11, Zyker Henderson. 6'2" forward, wearing the number 13, James Miller. And a 6'7" freshman, wearing the number 25, Zach Garnett. Head coach for your Renegades, Greg McCall. Referees for tonight's contest, Kenyatta Hicks, Zach Kilman, and Adam Hofer.
Thank you, John Candelaria.
It's showtime.
Thank you, John Candelaria. The Renegades coming into today's game 7-4 in conference. The Owls 11-0 in conference and perfect. And the Renegades really going to look today. I've been having a lot of night games lately.
Yeah.
Really looking to shut down this high-powered offense of Citrus College.
Yeah, and it's going to be a difficult task. I mean, you don't win as many games as they've won this season by having any slack in there. They have a great program, so we got a good game tonight.
And a lot of those games have been blowouts, and the Renegades will really look to try to hang on to this one and shut down the high-powered offense. They have ability to do that and have done that here at home, and a foul already called. Well, I don't even know what the call is. We don't have a foul yet. They just stopped play. Sometimes it's a little complicated. Might have been a reset, I think, on the shot clock. So Citrus College, and we're going to see a lot of working around and not really sure where they are on the offensive end as far as three-point shots and other statistics. In the game for Citrus, the Owls, Leo Ricketts, Emery Meadows, JJ Sanchez, Dev Hamilton, and Rockwell Reynolds. For the Renegades, Elijah Wade, Markel Brooks, Zyker Henderson, James Miller, and Zach Garnett. And a travel is going to get called on Brooks. One step too many down under the basket. And BC is going to try to play this one close to the vest all night long. And this starting lineup for the Owls. And very, very quick to the basket, number 12, Dev Hamilton. Hamilton, the leading scorer on the squad. One of the leading scorers on the squad. Rose trying to post up down low, having no luck. And the tip back in, and not give it up on the play, and down to the floor. And Zyker Henderson.
Not Zyker.
Hit the deck hard. And just waiting as he's kind of rolling around the trainers down there, kind of getting an eye on him. We're going to cut away for a minute. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegade, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up.
walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under.
It's like your Henderson off under his own power, and that's good news. And BC just trying to find their way. It's early. Wade sneaking on the back door. And a good job by Markel Brooks finding him just down underneath the basket as he just got away. The Renegades finally on the board now. 1.5 minutes gone. Fighting for the rebound. Brooks comes away with it. Galvo Famuso forced that one, and that one trying to force down inside. And coming right down the lane, tossed that one up was number 23, Rockwell Reynolds. Reynolds a big guy at 6'9", but travels well up and down the court and has pretty good footwork. He's a pretty speedy guy. So Zach Garnett at 6'7" is going to have his hands full all night long. James Miller from outside, that one's off the mark. Reynolds comes away with the rebound. And outside, couple of misses from beyond the arc so far for the Owls. Wade down inside to Famuso. Famuso double team down there. Throws that one high. And Elijah Wade trying to get the rebound, and that one's knocked away and out of bounds. And now Damari Davis checking into the game for the Renegades. And another, once again, good rebound by the Renegades as Davis is driving. Famuso back behind, comes up with the rebound. Just kind of stripped that one away. And it's the extra attention on the offensive board that the Renegades have so far been able to score a couple of points. Famuso, hands straight up in the air, gets the block. And Amiri Meadows was kind of looking for the foul on that and a little bit of contact, but it looked like a pretty clean play. And again, the Renegades trying to get a ball down below into Markel Brooks and unable to do so. And quite honestly, he's fighting J.J. Sanchez at 6'5", and Rockwell Reynolds at 6'9". The two of them with really long arms playing heavy defense down below. And they keep dropping the double team down on Brooks.
Right.
We've had no luck so far getting inside on this very, very lengthy squad of Citrus. Brooks down below now, finally gets a single team. And that was on number 12, Dev Hamilton, who's only 6'4". And again, a good job moving around the basket, and Renegades with the lead for the first time in the game. The foul's going to get called. It looks like it's going to go on James Miller, and it does. So the first foul of the game, and that goes on the Renegades. 4 minutes and 12 seconds gone here in the first half. BC leading 6-4. BC comes away with it after a scrum. A good job on defense by Famuso. And Elijah Wade going up. Looked like he was going to try and get a dunk, but I don't think he was anywhere close to that. Still trying to get it as close to the rim as he could before he let it go because he knew that the block or the foul was coming. And that's going to send him to the line. And Zykeer Henderson still out of the game. Went running out of the facility. And one thing we noticed about Zykeer so far tonight has not had any kind of a brace on his leg, and that's good news.
Great news
for the Renegades, that knee had been braced up a couple of times during the last couple of games that we've called on him. So Elijah Wade hits his first and second, and the Renegades off to an 8-4 lead. And nobody's going to count out Citrus at all in this entire game. They have been absolutely unstoppable this season. And again, the only game that they lost was against Fullerton College, and that game went to double overtime. And they only lost it by, I think, 2 or 4 points. So a really close one. Otherwise, they'd have a perfect season going. So one of the top teams in the state right now. All the way out in the corner. And there it is, just waiting for it to happen. J.J. Sanchez drains the 3. And an offensive foul. It's going to go on Markel Brooks. That'll be his first foul. Going back to J.J. Sanchez. Sanchez from the three-point line is shooting 43% on the season.
That is incredible.
That's an incredible statistic. But not to be outdone, Alex Sanchez is shooting 43.1. Sanchez 43.3. Amiri Meadows is shooting 42.3. So a very big three-point shooting team for the Owls. So the Renegades are really going to have to make sure they're guarding out on the perimeter against this Owl squad. And Elijah Wade comes away with the steal and goes up and puts the layup in, and the Renegades back to a 10-7 lead. 5.5 minutes gone in the first half. So a foul on J.J. Sanchez. And that's going to go against Damari Davis, And a good thing, because that would have been Markel Brooks' second foul. So J.J. Sanchez at the free throw line. Sanchez, as we said, was a very good three-point shooter. Shoots 80% from the free throw line. And he hits the first. And here comes Zykeir Henderson back in the game for the Renegades. He'll come in for Markel Brooks. BC with the 10-9 lead. A triple team on Miller. And a charge.
Oh, wow, that was a close one.
And he had position, but lately some of the calls that we've seen out of the officiating crew, they do not give away that charge very easily.
No, they don't.
Usually if the player is out of control, and in some case, but on that one, it seemed like down underneath the basket, Alex Sanchez had already gotten position, and a good job of drawing the foul on Miller. And on a play like that, Miller has to do a jump stop and just throw the floater right up over the top.
Right, because it wasn't a bad shot. I mean, he wasn't out of control, just like you said. It's just.
Anderson, he's going to get called on the foul on that one. And it was kind of a late whistle. I thought they were going to let it go. But again, a good job by J.J. Sanchez in drawing contact. He just waited. As soon as Henderson got in the air, just goes ahead and drives his body right into it and still has the presence to maintain his shot.
Yes.
That one off the glass and in, and a chance for a three-point play here with 13:56 to go in the first half.
And that's what's difficult. When you leave your feet, you have no control. So anywhere you land.
And again, another charge. And drawing the foul once again, J.J. Sanchez. That's 2 times down now that he's gotten an offensive foul charged against the Renegades. So BC so far falling victim to quick defense by this Citrus squad. And Citrus, a very, very well-established kind of a team with great discipline.
Yes.
And they're showing it so far. And the Renegades, I would say right now, lucky to be down just 12 to 10.
Yeah, and the defense that they're playing is you can tell the difference between when they're playing great defense and when they're flopping. And that Citrus is not doing any of that.
Yeah, well, Sanchez done a great job so far twice in a row of getting position. And Sanchez at 6'5" moves very well. They have a lot of tall players that move well. Back outside to Sanchez. Famuso guarding him. And he stepped on the line. Alex Sanchez. And we're going to have a fun time all night trying to keep the difference between the two because they, I believe, are twins. Either that or they both went to the same high school and they're both freshmen. And one has the number 10 and one has the number 11. So I'll let everybody at home guess. I don't have any information on that. But if the Sanchez family is watching, just know we're going to have a real tough time tonight keeping track between one and the other. And both of them are very quick out there on the court.
And there you are, number 11.
And he gives it up to number 10, back to 11. From the perimeter. And Alex Sanchez drains the three, and a timeout is going to get called by the Renegades. You're watching Renegade basketball at Go Gades Go on YouTube. Back after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegade, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate.
Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass, hold your no running.
2-1.
And we're back out of the timeout. Speaking of similarities, JJ and Alex Sanchez, pretty similar statistics for the two brothers. JJ shooting 80% from the field and Alex shooting 74%. I'm sorry, that's at the free throw line. From the three-point line, they're shooting 43.3 and 43.1 respectively. JJ edging out the brother by 0.2%. And then their regular shooting percentage, JJ shoots 51 and Alex shoots 53. So two teams. And that one tipped off and out of bounds. And Grayson Boosted with a good defense on that play. And press defense really taking shape here for the Owls, not giving the Renegades any time. And a number of turnovers so far, and BC really having to focus on that perimeter with this heavily favored three-point shooting team. Once again, the Sanchez brothers, number 10 and 11, both shooting over 43%. And that's a big number on the outside. I mean, some of those you can see maybe 25% and others maybe 30, but 43 is a ridiculous number. Musso backing out, throws up the hook shot off the glass and good. Just under 12 minutes to go. The Renegades trail 15-12 on the Citrus College Owls. Citrus College once again undefeated in conference play and only lost one game all season. And outside, Leo Ricketts, and that one's off. And Ricketts not having a ton of luck so far. And Guy Wolfamuso, 2 trips in a row, and he gets the score. And Leo Ricketts has not scored yet in the game, but he is the leading scorer, and that one off the glass and good. Pull-up jumper, that one's off the mark. And a travel gets called. And right as Elijah Wade was kind of swatting at the ball, and down he went. And Ricketts, I'm sure at some point is going to get hot as he's going to come out of the game and have a seat. Has not scored yet halfway through this first half. Again, the leading scorer averaging 20 points per game. Leo Ricketts, a fantastic basketball player, 6 foot tall, out of Pacific Palisades Charter High School. And he's in his sophomore season. And the strange number on this one, there are only 7 sophomores on this squad. The remainder of the squad is all freshmen. And that foul is going to get called against Alex Sanchez. It's going to be Sanchez's first, the second team foul. BC, halfway through the first half, is already up to 6 team fouls.
Yeah, that's tough, but they're playing a really active defense, more so than usual because they know what they're up against with Citrus.
You're absolutely correct, and that's one of the things that we've kind of looked at. And that one inside, Markel Brooks draws contact. As Ian Salmon was trying to get a handle on the ball, ends up grabbing the wrist. But Brooks strong to the basket and just throws that one right up and in. And now a chance to tie it up at 17 apiece with 10:49, and he does. So just about halfway through the first half, game tied at 17. And that one just thrown up, and a block by Garnett, who comes down with it. And then Henderson trying to get the alley-oop was off the mark. He was traveling too deep into the pocket. And that one looks like it's going to be off the hands of number 24, Grayson Boosted, who's arguing that it wasn't off of him, that it was off of BC, and we don't have a replay on that. I think Julian's working on it. So the ball gets turned over, and fighting for it down below, and a jump ball is going to get called as Elijah Wade goes to strip the ball away. Possession arrow pointing in favor. And so going back to the replay, and the slow motion replay, you can tell it's off the hands and out of bounds of BC, so they get away with one. And a travel gets called once again. That's the second one down low in the paint on Citrus. And that could be the result of heavy defensive play crashing down into the paint by BC as Elijah Wade and Zykeir Henderson both involved in the double coverage down below. A good job of splitting the defense there by BC. And Tyler throws that one up, and it's tipped in by Markel Brooks. And that one was close to possibly being a goaltend. And traveling once again all the way down the lane, Dev Hamilton. And boy, if you look at Hamilton, he plays almost exactly like Zykeir Henderson.
Yes.
And he has about the same kind of size and moves as well. Boy, if you put the two of them on the same team, you'd really be in some trouble. BC trying to crash the board on that one. Henderson, no. Markel Brooks comes away with it just on the side of Henderson. And it's 21-19 in favor of the Renegades. BC not giving anything out on the perimeter. Hamilton driving, and Garnett got a handle on the ball as Hamilton trying to go up to his left, and Zach Garnett with those really long arms gets a great block down underneath.
You know what I'd have to say, like I said, this defense is somewhat stifling for Citrus. They are really not able to get into their game.
A couple of really quick three-pointers. And that one, Elijah Wade got a hold of the wrist of Amiri Meadows. And Meadows will go to the line now and shoot two. And that's the 7th team foul on the Renegades, putting the Owls into the bonus now. So James Miller is going to check back into the game right now. for Elijah Wade. And Amiri Meadows missed the first foul shot. And he drains the second. Meadows shooting 78% from the free throw line on the season, so a surprise miss. And again, one of those issues that they're having trouble with, and they're saying that he traveled. He might have dragged that foot. Looks like that pivot foot on Markel Brooks got pulled just a little bit as he drew a little bit of contact, and that's what Markel is saying all the way down the court here is that, hey, he kind of got into me. That's why my foot moved. But BC has done a pretty good job of splitting the defense as they're trying to press.
Wow.
And a nice block there by Zykir Henderson on Hamilton. BC hasn't really had a chance to get any three-point opportunities, but they have gotten down inside.
And keep in mind, Zykir hasn't even gotten started yet. He hasn't even gotten started.
Yeah,
so
Henderson has no points so far, and Markel Brooks, the leading scorer on the squad for the Renegades. And coming all the way down into the paint, Ian Salmon gets the rebound off the glass and scores. And now the Renegades with a 23-22 lead. 8 minutes to go in this first half. Garnett from outside steps inside the arc. That one's going to be off. And that one off the hands of Markel Brooks, trying to strip the ball away. So Leo Ricketts back in the game now for Citrus. So a big surprise, the leading scorer for the Owls and the leading scorer for the Renegades. Neither of them have gotten any buckets yet. That's something you don't say too often.
Right.
Anderson on Hamilton. Ricks has not been able to find his way down the lane yet. And a smart pull-up jumper by Amiri Meadows. BC just gave him that one. And again, BC's done a pretty good job of negotiating this hard court press, full court press rather, all the way down. But BC has no answer on that one for Ian Salmon, or rather Amiri Meadows. And Meadows comes away with the steal. And that one's swatted away. Ricketts picks it up and gets his first score of the game. And again, the defense and the foul's got to get charged against a very upset Grayson Boosted. Bousted's first personal foul of the game. And now Tyron Tyler and Zykir Henderson are going to check out of the game. It's trap defense of the Owls. It's hot and cold. In one possession, they really do a good job of shutting down the Renegades. And that one, Zach Garnett got bounced really hard by Dev Hamilton. That one down below. Only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, and the Renegades are going to have to hurry now. And J.J. Sanchez checking back into the game for the Renegades. This is going to be a quick inbound and shoot, possibly out on the perimeter. And a nice inbound underneath and missed by Wade. He had a bucket completely open and bounced it too hard off the glass. As the Renegades have been on a scoring drought here, outscored 6-0. The Owls working it around the perimeter and driving the paint. And that one just stripped away by James Miller, taken away from Amiri Meadows. Miller with the fadeaway. I think he was expecting somebody to be there, and he turned, and there was no one there.
He had to shoot it.
No arc on the ball whatsoever. Hits the back of the rim and goes in. Markel Brooks getting worked down low and really didn't have much of a chance on Rockwell Reynolds. BC is not allowed for a whole lot of single. Oh, and off the glass. I think you have to call horse for that. James Miller with a three-pointer pulls the Renegades to within 2. And a good job stripping the ball away again.
And a good pickup. Good pickup.
And Elijah Wade, and comes from behind. Dev Hamilton pulls a Zykir Henderson on Elijah Wade. And a good job on defense there. And Elijah Wade throws that one up to Brooks, who tries to throw it down, but he has no chance on that one.
That's okay. Wow.
And Elijah Wade goes down to the floor as Hamilton steps out of bounds. Dev Hamilton did his best Zykir Henderson impression.
Yes, he did.
Coming from behind, and I think Elijah Wade thought that he had an easy bucket. And wow. And then in the other try, Elijah Wade throws up the ball to Markel Brooks, and honestly, not a great alley-oop. Brooks should have just pushed the ball in instead of trying to slam it.
And in between all of that, it was just a tumble fest. Back and forth.
Renegades trailing by 2 with 4:40 left to go in the first half. And BC once again scrapping at the ball. And another miss by Wade with an open layup. That's 2 in a row.
He's getting down low. It's just off just a tad.
And now outside, all alone, and lucky that they missed on that one. J.J. Sanchez, once again shooting 43%, had all the time in the world. And BC should count themselves lucky. And Zach Garnett wincing in pain, doubling over with 4:03 left to go. Having a good time here watching Renegade basketball. We'll be back with more after the timeout.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegade, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up like it down.
Bakersfield College shooting 44% from the field. Out shooting Citrus, who's shooting 42%. Citrus with a 2-point lead with 4:03 left to go in this first half. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Tom Myers, joined by the Dr. Julian Wilson, doing my production camera duties. He's over there mousing around, having a good time watching some really good basketball between some pretty good teams. The number 1 team in the South Division, and actually the leader in the Western State Conference, the Citrus College Owls, taking on the Bakersfield College Renegades, who currently are in 3rd place in the South Division. A pretty tough division at that, by the way. BC, I think, is in 5th place overall in the Western State Conference right now. And the shot clock was getting down to 6. Ricketts driving in high, tries to go high off the glass. Markel comes away with it. James Miller gets the ball off the ground. And Citrus starting to loosen up on their defense. And I don't know how Meadows let him get away. Hamilton driving to the glass. That one rolls around, and a tip in by Rockwell Reynolds. Reynolds, for a guy that is 6'9", moves remarkably well.
He has great footwork.
Sometimes you see some of these guys that are that height and they don't have the ability to kind of move well. A little uncoordinated. He looks very coordinated and moves very well. 7 seconds on the shot clock once again. Renegades having trouble. Miller throws that one up off the glass. That one misses. It's tried to tip in. That one's no good, and the Renegades don't get back. Nobody's back. And Ricketts trying to do it on his own. Misses the basket. Henderson comes in for the rebound. Miller on the perimeter. Gives it to Markel Brooks down low, who loses a handle on it. Picks it up off the deck and gets the lay-in. And honestly, it looks like Hamilton kind of gave up on the play there. I don't know if he thought that instead Grayson Bousted was going to go ahead and help him out, or Rockwell Reynolds rather. They have not tried a lot of three-pointers since earlier in this half. Famuso gets the block on the first try, but Meadows doesn't give up, going for the reverse layup and draws the foul, and now he'll go to the line. 32-30 in favor of the Owls, 2:07 left to go. Coming up at the end of the half, we'll have an interview with Coach Greg McCall and get his thoughts on how well the Renegades have played in this first half and any plans that he has for the second half. The biggest lead of the game so far for the Owls has been 6 points, I believe. So BC kind of keeping it close, and they have the ability to do that well here at home.
Yes, this is a major victory for BC right now in the ring. They're going to have to keep up this intensity, but, I mean, just a 3-point differential in the game is really good, right? It's a good position for them.
Meadows hits both of them. He shoots over 70% from the free throw line. Had missed one earlier. I think it was 78%. So he's 3 for 4 so far today. Alex Sanchez, the leading scorer, with 8 points, and Meadows with 7. Markel Brooks, the leading scorer for the Renegades, with 11 points. I'm trying to figure out what's been called here. They're saying 10 seconds.
Somebody said timeout. I don't know.
But again, the clock is at 20, but the ball was no longer in Henderson's hands. And I don't know if it was past the line. And the officials, they're saying it's a 10-second violation. The BC did not advance the ball beyond half court, so they will get called with a 10-second violation to turn the ball over here with 1:57 to go in the first half. Citrus leading 34-30. BC once again trying to keep it close here in this first half. Because if you play one half at a time and you shrink the game down, that actually works out surprisingly well for Bakersfield College. Henderson all alone down there on Rockwell Reynolds. Joaquin Rios on the outside, driving to the basket, trying to get underneath. Misses on the reverse. Henderson's right there to get it, puts it in easy. 1:18 on the clock now, 34-32 Renegades trail. The Citrus College Owls. A nice save by Tamari Davis. Rios gets his pocket picked clean by Leo Ricketts, a very speedy Leo Ricketts, and that one's off the front of the glass, and Damari Davis did not have to foul on that play.
No, he didn't. It was a touch foul. He barely grazed him. But, yeah, he didn't have to foul on that.
You know, those are the kind of fouls that you either mean it or you don't mean it.
You're going to make the foul, make the foul.
And I don't think the contact had anything to do with the layup missing.
Right.
And now Ricketts is going to go to the line to shoot 2. Leo Ricketts on the season shooting 80% from the free throw line. 55 seconds on the clock here in the first half. Now Elijah Wade checking in along with Markel Brooks for the Renegades. And coming in for the Owls, number 11, Alex Sanchez. Ricketts with his second shot. That one goes. And now it's 36-32. And BC has gotten caught with one 10-second violation, which isn't as many. And they're going to call a travel on that because he got up in the air and down before he put the ball on the deck. Zykir Henderson. They'll turn the ball over with a 4-point deficit and 49 seconds left to go in this first half. So the press defense of the Owls was not actually that effective earlier on, but it's starting to wear on the Renegades, and they are having a little more tough of a time negotiating. And there, a travel should have been called there as he dragged the foot, but they're going to get no call. The shot clock down to 4 seconds. Ricketts driving, coughs up the ball, turns it over, and nobody down there
Who
As
was he?
Elijah Wade threw the ball, but Henderson had not broken soon enough. I thought he was going to take off sooner. So BC now trailing by 4 with 24 seconds, and it looks like the Owls are just going to try to run out the clock here and get the last score of this first half. And a three-pointer by Ricketts with 4 seconds to go. And now the lead is 39-32, and the BC will not get a shot off. And that's going to be the end of the first half. And Greg McCall, we're going to get him down here in just a second and have a conversation with him about his thoughts for this first half. And as Coach McCall's coming over, Coach, kind of they came into the game really a high-scoring powered offense. They beat Santa Monica by like 60 points.
Yes.
You guys actually shut them down and held them to only 39 points in the first half. You got to call that somewhat of a win, right?
Yeah, that's true. It is somewhat of a win, but, I think we could be doing a whole lot better offensively. We missing some easy shots. We taking some crazy-looking shots at times, but once we get ourselves more poised and more under control, but keep playing the same defense, we'll be okay.
You guys negotiated their press defense really well earlier in the half, but then started to kind of fall a little apart on that towards the end of the half. What was the difference between the beginning and the end?
No difference. We just got a little sloppy with the ball. That's all. And once we get ourselves composed, it's a good thing we got second half. But if we could keep playing how we're playing right now, I think we'll be okay.
Looking forward to a good second half. Good luck. All right. Coach Greg McCall joining us here at the end of the first half. The score, the Renegades trailing the Citrus College Owls 39-32. We'll be back with more Renegade basketball after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegade, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate.
Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass, hold you know who running. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate.
Full court press, yeah, we set the tone. No fly zone, better leave it alone. Cross you up, splash that three. Crowd jump when we hit that heat. Every play built on grind and trust. One squad strong, yeah, it's all of us. Championship mindset every night. Eyes on banners, yeah, we aim that high. Fast lanes, quick hands, sharp vision. We execute with precision. Lady Renegades never fold. Heart of a lion, yeah, we bold. Stomp, stomp, clap, let's go. Stomp, stomp, clap, let's go. Who's how? Renegade house. Who runs it? We run it now.
New walls, new roars, same ambition. Every season, write a new tradition. History made every time we play. Renegade Nation, lead the way. Renegades, renegades, hands up high, let them know we dominate. Renegades, renegades,
ball so hard, you already know. It's the Renegades, we put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby, let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegade. Renegade. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over. Renegades. Rise up. Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and try to flames. Game's on Tuesday. Renegades. Renegades.
2.
Back for the second half, Tom Myers and the Dr. Julian Wilson joining us on the broadcast today. So far, Bakersfield College has not, really fallen apart on this game. A 32-39, game is actually kind of a win for the Renegades, considering what the Owls are capable of.
Exactly, and it showed. And like I said, that stifling defense by the Renegades has kept them close. It's actually been great to watch. So we'll definitely see more of this in the second half.
Absolutely. And the Renegades, I talked to Greg McCall, as many of you saw going into the half, and he was a little bit upset, you could tell.
Yes.
And sometimes, Coach McCall doesn't hold back. Said they got a little sloppy at the end of that first half. So hopefully the Renegades tightened up here, handled the press as well as they did at the beginning of the half. He said they got sloppy with the ball, so they don't. He's going to definitely. We're going to see a little bit of a change there, I think. BC discussed plenty,
right,
during that break.
Well, just like you said, Coach McCall doesn't hold back. He's been in this business too long to hold back.
And BC inbounding the ball. Elijah Wade lost a little bit of a handle on it, and surprisingly, Mary Meadows just let him go get it without even giving him any. And that ball turned over immediately as Wade was firing it in there to Zach Garnett, who really wasn't ready for it. And Wade comes away with it, being chased by Meadows. Henderson battling on Hamilton down low. Brooks completely has the mismatch down low on Ricketts. Markel Brooks stands 6'6", about a half a foot taller than Leo Ricketts. And that's a matchup you'd love to see all day long. And Brooks lost a handle on Rockwell Reynolds, who got the backdoor pass and the easy lay-in. BC trailed by 7 at the half and still trails by 7. A minute and 20 gone here in the second half. And again, a little bit of miscommunication. I don't know how you lose Rockwell Reynolds, all 6'9" of him.
Yeah, that's difficult.
And a nice pass by Zach Garnett into Elijah Wade. And I didn't think Wade was going to be able to handle that because he was really deep in the pocket there. But a good job of finding space and making that lay-in. And now Zach Garnett trying to stick like glue to Rockwell Reynolds. Ricketts from outside hits another three, and we were just kind of waiting on what was going to happen. Leo Ricketts did not score at the beginning or all the way up till the middle of that first half. And he's the leading scorer, averaging 20 points. And a foul's going to get called on Amiri Meadows as he comes down the lane. James Miller trying to get the layup there.
And, the key to Ricketts is you have to defend him before he gets the ball.
You're absolutely correct.
If he gets the ball.
Once he's got the ball in his hands on the perimeter, it's probably too late.
Mm-hmm. You got to get him before he gets the ball.
Yeah. At the half break, as they were coming back in, I had a stopped J.J. Sanchez, and I had to ask him, J.J., are you by any chance a twin? And he smiled at me and kind of gave me a grin and giggled a little bit and said, yep. And I said, okay, now I got it figured out, and it's a fact. I said, I've been announcing it the entire first half like you guys really were twins, so I'm glad that I wasn't wrong.
That's right.
So J.J. and Alec Sanchez, both twins on this squad, out of Montgomery High School in San Diego, California. And Alex Sanchez has 8 points so far, and JJ has 7. Zach Garnett too hard off the glass, gets the rebound back out to Davis. That one's off the mark, picked up by Henderson as he goes to the ground, and no call. And I don't think there was even contact. I think just as he was shooting, he was losing his balance and fell back. But he's kind of wiping his face off like maybe he did draw some contact there.
Well, he had to jump really high to get that because he was over the back.
Well, Zykir Henderson has incredible vertical leap and really does get up in the air. And Zach Garnett just coughed that one up, had nowhere else to go as he was going out of bounds. And a foul's going to get called there on James Miller. And I don't even know if Miller really had to foul there.
Right.
And BC's been swatting at the ball and reaching and grabbing this entire game, playing some pretty tight defense, and has some success stripping the ball away. And Ricketts once again on the outside. Nobody looking for him. Henderson comes away, and that's going to be a jump ball and possession arrow pointing in favor of the Owls. Henderson went up and got the rebound, but then brought it down to the floor where other people could grab a hold of it.
Right.
They were going to try that one again. Ricketts trying to get free on the perimeter. And Miller has to stay out wide. And that one, a nice dish down low. And Rockwell Reynolds makes easy work of it. And Reynolds now with 10 points in the game. One of the leading scorers for the Owls. Tied up with Leo Ricketts. And surprisingly got called with the foul is number 10, J.J. Sanchez. And Markel Brooks was on his way to traveling on that play. So a lucky break for the Renegades. Brooks comes up hobbling. He's all right. He's waving over. Don't send him in, but it's too late because here comes Godwell Famuso. Famuso checking in. And BC has not gotten rid of a player yet. Henderson doesn't know he's the one coming out. He's all me. Zykeer Henderson, if he had his way, would be on the court the entire
Of course he would.
40 minutes.
Of course he would.
And Miller from outside over the outstretched hands of Rockwell Reynolds. And surprisingly, I don't know what the change in the defensive scheme here is, but they are paying a lot more attention to the perimeter of Bakersfield College. And a nice fall away by Leo Ricketts, and Ricketts now with 12 points.
It's in Ricketts' hands. You got to keep it out of his hands.
So Leo Ricketts with almost no points in the beginning of the first half of the first half. And a good rebound there by Tyron Tyler. And coming in, and he's going to get called for the over-the-back foul. Trying to get the rebound behind Rockwell Reynolds, which I don't know how easy that is. Reynolds is, not only is he tall, but he's just a big guy.
Just a big guy, yes.
And you weren't going to move him out of the way. You're going to be fighting him the whole time. And, you know, I'm looking at Godwell Famuso down there, and Famuso's not a little guy. But, boy, I'll tell you what, compared to Rockwell Reynolds, Famuso has his hands full. And BC going to fight on that perimeter as much as they can. Famuso comes away with the steal. Cuts off the passing lane. Gives it up to Tyler. That was a smart give up. And the bucket, and he can't hang on to it. Reynolds loses the ball out of bounds in the scrum. Everybody going after the ball on that one. Markel Brooks, Tyron Tyler, and Godwell Famuso trying to fight it away. BC working it around that perimeter. Again, they're paying way more attention to the perimeter in this half than they did in the first half. And Damari Davis is fighting it out with Leo Ricketts down low, and he's going to get called for the offensive foul.
Damari Davis, fourth personal foul.
And Davis at 6'2", fighting it out with Leo Ricketts down low like they're both big men. Now Davis is going to come over and check out of the game. And Greg McCall was there, just kind of gave him a pat.
Yeah, he looked dejected. I'm like, you didn't do anything wrong.
He likes the tough play down low. And Tyron Tyler working on Ricketts. And a no-look pass. Wow, are you kidding me? What a fantastic pass. Down low, and the jam by Rockwell Reynolds. And Zach Arnett from outside hits the three. And the Renegades trail by 8 with 14:46 to go in the game. That one rattled in and out. And that's going to be off the hands of Markel Brooks, an easy call. So the inbound now is going to be to Rockwell, guarded by Famuso. Out to the perimeter, and a three gets drained by Dylan Victorio, his first points of the game. So BC now trailing by the largest margin of the game at 11. 4:18 to go. Markel Brooks down low, just a nice little floater in the paint. And you'd like him to give that to you all day long.
All day.
Back outside to Meadows. And that one rattles in and out. It's going to be off the hands of Leo Ricketts and out of bounds, and Ricketts can't believe it. And going back to that previous play, the no-look pass. Right down low, nobody paying attention. And going on the back door, Rockwell Reynolds just looked for it and found it. What a fantastic play.
What a fantastic play.
And that foul is going to get called. Looks like it's going to go against number 10, J.J. Sanchez. And the Renegades look like they've gotten a little bit shy after getting those two charging calls earlier in the first half.
Yes, they're still attacking, and the defense is still where it was in the first half, but again, Citrus has gotten their feet under them, realizing what they're playing against in the Renegades tonight.
But Citrus has not gotten position on the last couple of plays,
right.
But BC's still pulling up because they're afraid they're going to get called for the charge.
Exactly.
Now is the time to get called for the blocking foul while they're still shuffling.
That's right.
And I don't know, after those two calls in the early part of that first half, BC has really kind of stopped charging as much as they were. And I say that figuratively, advancing on that player for fear of getting called with an offensive foul. And the foul's going to get called on that play.
Yeah, that was.
And Markel Brooks was up in the air and had got the ball. I don't know where the contact is on that play.
Yeah, we need to look at that.
Unless he stuck a foot out somewhere, but Ricketts is now going to go to the line. So going back to review the play, as Ricketts shoots his first.
There's no.
Trying to find the contact there. And again, Ricketts had thrown the ball up really high on the play. And the only way I'm thinking that Brooks got called for the foul on that is if he reached out a foot at some point and made contact. So Ricketts makes them both. And now it's 57-48. BC trailing by 9, trying to get back in this one, at least stay close here as we get to the end. And Bakersfield College has also had the ability to stay close in some of these games and then bring it out in the final minutes of the game, just like they did last week. And that one outside to Alex Sanchez. Brooks comes away with the rebound. And surprisingly, the Owls have also not gone to press defense on the Renegades. And it was really effective early. And now a reaching foul is going to get called, and that's going to go against Alex Sanchez. And that's their fourth team foul, his second personal. In the game right now, James Miller is the only player on the court who's in foul trouble with 3. Shot clock down under 10. Lots of contact there, and that's going to get called on Ricketts as he goes to the floor.
Citrus foul number 1. Leo Ricketts, first personal foul.
So that's Leo Ricketts' first personal foul of the game. And we don't have a good count of how many minutes each player has had. But Ricketts has been on the floor for the majority of the day. That one's going to be knocked out of bounds by Markel Brooks with 12:40 to go in this second half. (57-48) lead. for the Owls. And that foul looks like it's going to get called. And it's going to be on number 25, Zach Garnett. And honestly, it kind of looked like Markel Brooks might have been the offending player on that one, so he's pretty lucky that it didn't get called on him.
As soon as that whistle was blown, that was the first person that stuck his head in the air was Markel. So
now Alex Sanchez at the line. He'll shoot 2. His first trip to the free throw line today. And going back into the stat sheet, Alex Sanchez shooting 74.7 from the free throw line so far this year. And he hits the second. And the ball gets knocked away, but they're saying Elijah Wade was the last to touch it. So a lucky break for the Owls with a 10-point lead now. Markel Brooks got up in the air. Lucky he didn't get called for the foul on that. But a score by J.J. Sanchez. And now Sanchez with 9 points in the game. And another turnover here, and Sanchez picks it up, is driving down. And a foul's going to get called on Elijah Wade. And that'll be the 6th team foul called against the Renegades in this half with 12:10 still to go.
Renegade foul number 0, Elijah Wade, second personal foul.
And a timeout's going to get called. Renegades trailing 60-48 here in the second half. Back with more after this. Coming back out of the timeout, the Renegades trailing the Citrus College Owls 60-48 with 12:10 left to go in the game. And it would seem so far that Citrus in control is starting to speed up as the time goes on, although Citrus has only outscored the Renegades 18-16 here in the second half. But BC trailed by 7 after the first half, giving up 6 points in about 45 seconds. And Greg McCall was not very happy about the way that first half ended.
You know, the Renegades are going to have to be careful. I mean, this is obviously one of the tactics for Citrus. They slowly pull away from you when they're in a tight game with you.
Absolutely. And right now, Leo Ricketts, the leading scorer for Citrus with 14 points, and Rockwell Reynolds has 12. And they're back to full court press once again. So that defensive scheme keeps changing. 5 seconds left on the half court clock there. BC having an issue kind of getting set up. And an elbow thrown there down low by Zakir Henderson as he's kind of getting into it with Dylan Victorio. Henderson outside with 2 seconds, drains the three. Zakir Henderson found a little space. Victorio let him free, and he made him pay. And now it's 62-51. The Renegades trailing by 11. Victorio from outside. That one's short. And a foul's going to get called on Ricketts, trying to cut off Elijah Wade. An easy call for the official who was right there. Ricketts only with 2 personal fouls so far tonight. And checking into the game now, Amiri Meadows making it back into the game, and that's, I'm sure the Renegades are like, yay, we're one player that's difficult to deal with gone, but another one came right back in again. So. Meadows and Ricketts, fantastic sophomore guards for the Citrus squad. 2 of the leading scorers on the team. And Brooks, I think he was looking before he caught the ball. It's one of those instances of trying to advance the ball before you know you got it. And a turnover once again for the Renegades. And now BC with 21 turnovers so far today. Just under 11 minutes to go in the game. BC tightening up on the defense. Alex Sanchez gives it out to Victorio. Down underneath. 1 second left on the shot clock, and that one misses, and it would be a violation. And BC defense holding tight, trying to climb back into this one as they trail 62-51 with 10:32.
And guaranteed Citrus is not used to that, having shot clock violations. They get their shots off.
BC advances the ball up easily underneath the Markel Brooks, who was just parked right there. A great set of plays right there for the Renegades, just advancing the ball at will, not even dribbling the ball. Pass after pass, just staggered across court. Victorio, and he's going to get called for the travel. And we thought there was a bunch of, oh no. So one called a foul and the other one called a travel. And the travel is going to get negated, and they're going to call the foul. And that's going to be the 7th for the Renegades. And the Renegades are now putting the Owls in the bonus. And Alex Sanchez walked over to the official and pointed up at the scoreboard and said, hey, wait a minute, we're in the bonus, to remind him. So now it's 1-1 for Dylan Victorio.
You know, and McCall's letting the ref have it. He's still talking to him.
Victorio misses the shot. Brooks was underneath. Famuso backing him up. Outside. Wade had Miller for a second there on the perimeter. That one's a little off the mark. And BC trying to strip the ball away. Alex Sanchez working on James Miller. Sanchez drives the lane, turns around, jumper off the back of the iron, no good. And a foul's going to get called right there, and you could see Markel Brooks getting hit in the face. And he would have liked to have gotten that call probably about 3 minutes ago, the same problem.
Exactly.
But that puts the Renegades now in the bonus as well. So both teams in the bonus for the duration. 7 fouls apiece. And checking into the game for the first time tonight, Caden Marion. Marion, the 6'8" forward out of Liberty High School. And that one missed. And right now, not a time where you can afford to miss foul shots as the Renegades are trailed by 9. And a nice lay-in by Grayson Bausted. Bausted with the reverse on that one. And Marion's going to get called for the foul, and Bausted with a chance to make it a 3-point play. Marion out as fast as he went in, and Zach Arnett's back in the game. The only problem that the Renegades are facing right now is that Leo Ricketts and Rockwell Reynolds are both on the bench taking a breather. So while BC is trying to fight to get back into this game as they now trail by 12, 2 of the heavy starters on this squad for Citrus are on the bench taking it easy. a travel's going to get called. Actually, not even
It's
travel.
on
He
the line,
stepped
yeah.
on the line. But it could just as easily been called a travel on that. So Markel Brooks parking it underneath the basket still. And Alex Sanchez kind of looking back at him. Henderson across to Miller, down into the corner, Markel Brooks. It's good! What a great set of passes. And what a fantastic shot by Amiri Meadows as he drives in on Elijah Wade. And that one coughed up by Godwell Famuso. And the foul there is going to get called, it looks like. Number 21, Godwell Famuso.
Second personal foul.
And I didn't see the contact on that foul necessarily. It looked like he had a clean contact with the ball. I didn't see any body contact.
I saw no body contact. Yeah, that was a tough one. But what else could Godwill do? I mean, he had done all he could do just in that little short span and still lost the ball.
Absolutely, and now the lead expanded to 12 points as the Owls are in control with 8:17 left on the clock here in the second half. Ricketts and Reynolds are back in the game for the Owls. So the Renegades get to try to negotiate two rested players now. And a nice pull-up jumper there by Markel Brooks, and a timeout is going to get called. BC trying to climb back into this one as they trail by 10 with 8 minutes left to go in the second half. Back with more Renegade basketball after this.
Two.
Coming out of the timeout, once again the Renegades trailing 68-58 with 8 minutes on the clock. In BC's defense for today's game, and it was touched out of bounds by Amiri Meadows, a block by Zakir Henderson before going out of bounds. And the one thing that we can all say about Bakersfield College is what a good job they've done on defense today.
Yes.
Their offensive production has been a part of contention here. Markel Brooks all alone on the outside, and that one misses.
That was a good shot.
And BC has got to make those shots. They have not had very good luck today, making only 3 of 9 from outside the arc. That one almost picked clean. Ricketts out there on the edge, driving to the lane, right down the baseline and scores and draws the foul and now has a chance to make it another three-point play. And give it up for the speed of Leo Ricketts, just finding his way. And, of course, he was out there all alone, so they were charging as fast as they could. That enabled him to do a little bit of a fake step to his right and then draw all the way down along the baseline and draw contact as that ball was off the glass. Leo Ricketts strikes me as the kind of player that if you're going to foul him, you got to mean it.
You got to mean it, that's right. Like I said, you just can't let him get the ball in his hands. He's going to do something with it.
Leo Ricketts with 14 points in the game, chance to make it 15, misses that one. Markel Brooks comes down with the rebound. Markel Brooks is the leading scorer in the game so far tonight. And a jump ball. Possession arrow pointing in favor of the Renegades. And Rockwell Reynolds, kind of tough for Famuso to get around. Inbound to Famuso, guarded by Reynolds. BC looking to try to get reset here. And they can't take too much time here. And that one inside by a well-guarded Zykeer Henderson.
Oh.
And a blocking foul. The Renegades are not going to get the same consideration going the other direction.
Not at all.
And Elijah Wade goes to the ground and gets charged for a blocking foul. And I think Greg McCall didn't say a whole lot on that one. And the lead is 12 for the Owls with 6:47 left on the clock. Michael Sims at the line.
I think it was too quiet.
Sims at the line. Yeah, it got really quiet in here. And Sims is shooting 82% from the free throw line this season. So kind of surprising to see him miss one at this juncture of the game.
Renegade substitution, number 20, Amari Armstrong.
So Amari Armstrong checking into the game for the first time today for the Renegades. And that should come as no surprise. They were looking for a 5-second violation on that one. Armstrong, that one's going to get knocked out of bounds by Grayson Belstead.
You know, and Armstrong's looking a little determined. Let's see what's on his mind. He looks determined right now.
Armstrong 5'9", but speedy, and that one's going to get stolen by Ricketts. Looking for a high pass inside to score with Balstead is no good. That one outside to Ricketts. And around the horn they go. And Famuso with the block.
Good defense.
And a jump ball is going to get called. Possession arrow in favor of the Owls. And a good job on defense there by Rockwell Reynolds, getting a hand in there and not letting go. And he only had one hand on the ball. I don't know how you get a grip on that thing that long in order to cause a jump ball. And he stepped out of bounds. Ricketts out on the perimeter.
And Tom, that's the third step out of bounds call we've had tonight.
Quite a few. I don't know if they don't know the court that well or they think they've got a little more room than they do.
Well, this is their home away from home. I would think they would know when they were close to that line.
And Henderson may have just gotten away with the travel on that one and the finger roll. And Famuso coming in from behind, trying to go up, still trying to go up, is going to draw the foul.
Citrus foul, number 2, Amiri Meadows, second personal foul.
And I'm going to try to go back in the stats to see what the score is that the Citrus Owls have been held to so far this season. Because a lot of the games that I've seen so far for Citrus have been absolute blowouts by the Owls. Famuso at the line shooting his second now as they trail 71-58 with 6 minutes to go. And he misses them both. Meadows is going to kick it back out, and they're going to slow things down. They have plenty of time now with a 13-point lead to start draining as much of this shot clock as they possibly can. The Owls are in the double bonus as well. That one a little hard off the glass, but the Owls come away with the rebound. Ricketts from outside and makes the Renegades pay. And that's where Leo Ricketts is the most dangerous, when he's all alone on the perimeter and has a really, really just a fantastic ability to drain three-pointers. And now out there in the corner, and it's blocked by Amiri Meadows. So Zykeer Henderson's going to check back in again for the Renegades. They tossed it in before they had kind of gotten ready to go, but everything's good now. The lowest score so far on the season that the Owls have been held to, 82 points.
Wow. That's
a remarkable statistic. And the biggest the biggest amount, as I said earlier in the pregame show, Santa Monica, they scored 147 points on Santa Monica City College. But they have had multiple games, 133 against Mount San Jacinto. And then 116 in that loss, 113 in that loss to Fullerton College that scored 116. They got beat by 3. Henderson shooting his second. And the lead is 15 with just under 5 minutes to go now. And a 3 attempt by Rockwell Reynolds. That one given up to Wade, who again misses another layup opportunity. That's a third missed layup so far for Elijah Wade today, which is very uncharacteristic.
Right, and that was a nice extra pass. Ordinarily, you wouldn't throw that pass, but that was a perfect extra pass he threw.
Absolutely. Marion Armstrong just found him right there under the bucket. Good heads-up job of finding him. He had already left his feet. Game clock down to 4:29. And a jump ball, possession arrow in favor of the Renegades. So good play by Elijah Wade over on the far side. So 4:25 and counting now for the Renegades as they trail by 15. Famuso down low, trying to find his way into the paint, gets pushed back out by Michael Sims. Henderson comes away with the rebound, and they're going to call another charge on the Renegades, the third one of the game.
I don't know.
Second personal foul.
And that might have been self-inflicted by Zykeer Henderson, throwing a little bit of an elbow there. But you can't convince me that that wasn't some sort of a flop.
And the coach is talking to Zykeer right now, saying, "Hey, they can't guard you. You don't have to do that. They cannot guard you." That's what you said twice.
4 minutes to go, and the Renegades trail by 15. Leo Ricketts, coast to coast. And the Renegades are going to get called for a blocking foul on the other end. And Markel Brooks is just kind of looking on. All he can do now is just laugh. So it seems like the Renegades are not getting the consideration on one end, while the Owls may get it on the other end. And I'm not going to give anything away from the Owls. Fantastic defense tonight. And actually really quick getting to the spot. So several of those charges are definitely warranted. I think the Renegades should have been given one charge they didn't get earlier in the game.
Yeah,
but the one on Henderson, he may have thrown an elbow there, and that's why they called the charge on that play. So Ricketts' second shot at the line, and he hits that one. And now Leo Ricketts up to 21 points in the game. Markel Brooks still the leading scorer with 24, so having a fantastic game. But Zykeer Henderson, with only 6 points tonight, has not been able to get loose. And Henderson down low, and he throws up one from a no-look off the glass and in, and draws the foul. And that was just kind of throwing up a prayer on the play. And Rockwell Reynolds will get called with the foul, only his second of the game.
We definitely have to look at that. That's
James Miller and Elijah Wade both have 4 fouls in the game. Both are in the game right now, in jeopardy of fouling out of this one. Nobody is in foul trouble for the Owls. The most that any of their players have is 2. 3:37 left to go. And that one just missed. It was a good throw up by Ricketts, but Reynolds unable to handle it. Henderson, and he got too deep into the pocket. Miller throws up the floater. That one, and he goes to the floor. Ricketts diving for it. And a little bit of, and a technical foul is going to get called.
Kind of late.
On James Miller, and that's going to do it as he's going to foul out of the game. And both players seem to be getting into it, but I think James Miller just a little too much, and Miller just visibly upset right now. So a timeout is going to get called by the Owls. And we're going to figure this one out as the Renegades trail 76-62 back after this. James Miller down on the bench, visibly upset with that technical foul call, the last one that put the nail in the coffin for him on today's game as he fouls out with 3:13 left to go in the game and a 76-62 lead for the Citrus College Owls. So Leo Rickett at the line, makes them both. And now Ricketts has 23 points in the game. So they get 2 shots and possession. And the clock coming down to just 3 minutes left in the game. And a 78-62 lead now. BC trying to tighten up that defense. Henderson comes away with it, but loses the handle on it, but picks it back up. Nobody grabbed it. You just watched it bounce like it was thrown to him. A fantastic play by Zykeer Henderson. Reynolds was looking for a second down there in the corner. But he's back down. And that one's blocked by Famuso. Elijah Wade driving. That one's high off the glass. And Brooks was behind him for the jam. But he gets fouled on the play, and they're going to call the foul, so the jam is no good. And Elijah Wade is going to have to go to the line to earn the 2 points. They got taken away from Markel Brooks on a fantastic behind the play jam. And the first shot is missed. And boy, you really would have liked to not have gotten a call on that one.
Right, we would like that one to have gone through and go back the other way. Go the other way.
So Wade hits the second, and now the lead is 13 with 2:20 left on the clock. And that might have been a travel there that he got away with. And a good job by J.J. Sanchez. Sanchez just kind of waiting for everybody to fly by before he went up with the ball for the layup. Henderson guarded by Meadows. And a foul's going to get called on the floor. And that's going to go against number 23, Rockwell Reynolds, as Reynolds came away with it. And Godwill Famuso now at the line to shoot 2. Both teams are in the double bonus, 1:46 left to go, and a 15-point lead for the Owls. I'm gonna try to get Lauer after the game for an interview.
Okay.
For Citrus? Yeah.
Okay.
The Owls with a 14-point lead. Famuso drops back for the interception, a long pass all the way down the court. BC still has not made very many attempts at the three-point mark. That one down to Henderson, and that one just in and out, and Henderson still having some bad luck. Picked up by Tyler. Henderson once again from behind gets blocked. And then he gets tied up down below with J.J. Sanchez. And now he's going to get called for the foul on that. And that's going to be Henderson's third personal foul. And Zykeer Henderson now with 11 points in the game. J.J. Sanchez also has 11 points, will go to the line. He is perfect from the stripe today, shooting 3 for 3. And as I said on the season, he is over 78%. Michael Sims coming into the game now for the Owls. And Rockwell Reynolds is going to have a seat. Reynolds leads the game with 12 points and 4 fouls. So he's picked up 2 quick fouls here in the last 5 minutes. BC with a minute 14. Tyler back over to Famuso, up top to Brooks. Brooks kind of looking for the 3 for a second there, but he's guarded.
Yeah, they got to shoot.
Pulls up, hits the jumper, and BC just taking way too long.
Yeah, I don't know why they held it so long in that possession.
And that foul is going to get called on Leo Ricketts, and that'll be his third personal foul. And Godwill Famuso going to the line. Famuso at the free throw line today has not made a single foul shot. He is 0 for 3. That one just over the front of the rim, bounces off the back of the iron, hits the glass, and falls. And now Rockwell Reynolds back in the game as Michael Sims comes out. And I'm not sure why the back and forth between Rockwell Reynolds and Michael Sims. And a timeout's going to get called. 49 seconds left to go in this second half. Citrus in charge with an 80-67 lead back after this. .49 seconds left to go in the second half here. And the Renegades trailing Citrus College Owls 80-67. The lowest score so far of the season for the Owls is 82 points. And BC kind of trying to hope to hold them underneath that number. And Markel Brooks gets the block and strips the ball away. Here comes Famuso. And a layup and in. And now Leo Ricketts charging. And BC, they're going to play tough defense, but I don't think they're going to foul because this one's pretty much no longer in doubt. Ricketts to the outside. 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And 82 points is going to get scored with 5.7 seconds left on the clock, and that's pretty much going to do it. And the Renegades are going to fall to the Citrus College Owls, 82-69. And we're going to check in here with the Citrus College coach, Brett Lauer, in just a minute. I'm down here with Coach Brett Lauer, and today, you kind of had your hands full with this Bakersfield College defense today. Holding you guys to the same low score that you've had all season long, what do you say about their defense?
Oh, I thought they defended really well. We knew they rebounded really well. They're a playoff team. This is on the road. It's second best conference rated in Southern California, so we knew it was going to be a battle. We knew they had good players. They're well coached, so it was.
You guys have had one of the most fantastic seasons in the history of your program, only losing one game so far this season to Fullerton. But right now you're in a commanding lead in the Western State Conference, but also in the state of California. What do you attribute to that success?
Players win games. They always have and always will. We have really good players. They share the ball. They make plays for each other. They care about each other. They play really hard. They work hard every day. They're really good in the classroom. They're a joy to be around. So they're kind of old school grinder types. And like I said, players win the games.
Coach Brett Lauer, good luck with the rest of the season, Coach. Thank you. We'll be back with the rest of this one coming up in just a few minutes. The Renegades fall to the Citrus College Owls today by a score 82-69, and the lowest score total that the Owls have been held to all season long. And we've talked about Bakersfield College's defense here, Julian, and how well they do here at home.
Right.
And today's just a testament to that. Yeah, it's a loss, but it's a win, right?
It's a win, yes. Again, they're able to conjure up the defense they need to play against these teams. It's about the foul and controlling the fouls. Sometimes that's tough, and that's what gets these teams these additional points.
So BC will fall to 7-5 in the Western State Conference, and of course the Owls improve to 12-0, perfect in Western State Conference, and one of the top teams in the state of California. So a fantastic game of basketball today. BC kind of holding on really tight in the first part of the game, and then let that lead kind of go a little bit at the end of the first half. Right. They went on a scoring kind of 6 points in a row by the Owls to kind of lead that one by 7 in the end of the first half.
Yeah, and the Renegades didn't give up the entire game, and they fought and they fought and they fought. But you got some weapons on Citrus that were difficult to neutralize. That Mr. Ricketts, number one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Leo Ricketts, the leading scorer on the squad for the Citrus Owls today with 23 points. For BC, it was Markel Brooks with 24 points. And, of course, helping out on the other end for the Owls, 14 points was Rockwell Reynolds, which is no big surprise. The 6'9" center just doing a fantastic job today, and really quick feet, which we talked about.
Yes, exactly. I know there should be no disappointment with any BC fans or anybody on this team. They just know what they need to do going into the postseason.
Yeah, Zykeer Henderson coming off a plus 20 performance in his last game, but surprisingly it was a little shy today, only 11 points in today's game. So for all of us here at Bakersfield College, I'm Tom Myers, that's Julian Wilson. We'll see you next time. We're going to be back for the women's game right after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegades, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate.
Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass, whole gym know who running. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate.
Full court press, yeah, we set the tone. No fly zone, better leave it alone. Cross you up, splash that three. Crowd jump when we hit that heat. Every play built on grind and trust. One squad strong, yes, all of us. Championship mindset every night. Eyes on banners, yeah, we aim that high. Fast lanes, quick hands, sharp vision. We execute with precision. Lady Renegades never fold. Heart of a lion, yeah, we bold.
New walls, new roars, same ambition. Every season, write a new tradition. History made every time we play. Renegade Nation, lead the way. Renegades, renegades, hands up high, let 'em know we dominate. Renegades, renegades, this our time, this our floor, we elevate.
Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the Renegades. We put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby, let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegades. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, Renegades. Rise up. Renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. Game's on Tuesday. Renegades.
Tyler. I'm from Bakersfield, California. I play men's basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old. Growing up, my dad, he was one of my biggest inspirations with basketball. He always was pushing and playing basketball inside his early years, and so whenever he fell in love with it, I kind of wanted to persuade and just make it to the NBA for him. I chose to come here because it's a lot of local guys that play on the team, and a lot of these guys I know personally or I play with in like AAU or things like that, so getting to play with them as us being rivals or something, like getting to play with them is something big, and also we all get to share our experiences on the court. I usually handle my personal life before everything else. I tend to procrastinate a lot, so with homework and things like that, I tend to do it last minute, but it gets done. It's just last minute, but I'm still on top of everything. I would say for any new athletes that want to join basketball or any sport, just to stay focused and don't let outsiders get to you. A lot of people are going to say a lot of different things, but as long as you put the work in and you push yourself to the level that you think that you can get there. There's nobody out there that hasn't went through anything in a negative way. You're going to go through your ups and downs, either negative or positive, but just continue to push. 5 years from now, I'm 20 years old currently, so I'll be 25. 5 years from now, I see myself owning my own business, most likely real estate, or getting into the marketing field. And I see myself in the NBA for sure. I don't know what team yet. Any team that drafts me, I'll be gladly happy for that. And I see myself modeling for some type of clothing brand, possibly PhDs or any type of brand for sure.
Hi, I'm Beyonce Fimbres. I'm playing basketball here at BC. I've been playing basketball since 3rd grade. I just saw the sport and I kept playing it since 3rd grade because I've been playing it for NOR back then, and I just kept playing with it and I just fell in love with it. My favorite memory was back in high school when I didn't have a car, and my mom, I had to wake her up for like those 6 a.m. practices, and it was just always so much fun just having to do that and then going to go see my coaches and playing and like all of that. I enjoy meeting different type of people. The environment that they like have over here, I really do enjoy it. If not at a pro level, then perhaps even in coaching. I do see myself teaching people at NOR to have someone just like me growing up and help them out. So I do see myself in that area. I don't like losing. I'm a very competitive person, so every time I see someone who works harder or does better than me, it makes me want to work harder. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Always look for the hard stuff and get comfortable in that, and then work up to work harder.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegade, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate.
Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass, hold you know who running. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it
we set the tone. No fly zone, better leave it alone. Cross you up, splash that three. Crowd jump when we hit that heat. Every play built on grind and trust. One squad strong, yes, all of us. Championship mindset every night. Eyes on banners, yeah, we aim that high. Fast lanes, quick hands, sharp vision. We execute with precision. Lady renegades never fold. Heart of a lion, yeah, we bold. Stomp, clap, let's go. Stomp, clap, let's go. Who's how? Renegade house. Who runs it? We run it now.
New walls, new roars, same ambition. Every season, write a new tradition. History made every time we play. Renegade Nation, lead the way. Renegades, renegades. Hands up high, let them know we dominate. Renegades, renegades. This our time, this our floor, we elevate.
Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades, renegades. We ball so hard, you already know. It's the renegades, we put on a show. Going so hard, no we can't stop. Ball till we fall all the way to the top. Game time, baby let's go. You don't want it with us, you don't want it with us. Renegades, no time to waste. We bring the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegades. Renegade. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades. Rise up. Renegades.
Coming to you from the Renegade Athletic Complex on the campus of Bakersfield College. You're watching Renegade Athletics on YouTube at Go Gades Go. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tom Myers, joined by my broadcast partner, Jenny Lewis, and our producer, the Dr. Julian Wilson. And the 17-8 Renegades have won 6 of the last 7 games, dropping their second conference loss to Glendale on Wednesday. And we now go down to the court, and our public address announcer, John Candelaria, with the announcements of today's starting lineups.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to game number 2 of tonight's doubleheader, where the visiting Citrus Owls take on your BC Renegades. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, please welcome the starting 5 for the visiting Citrus Owls. Wearing the number 3, Alexi Navarro. Wearing the number 5, Brianna Gomez. Wearing the number 12, Renice Becerra. Wearing the number 15, Jahavme Av. And wearing the number 32, Samantha Martinez. Head coach for the Owls, Jericho Santos. And now the starting lineup for your BC Renegades. Wearing the number 1, Danny Tolentino. Wearing the number 3, Jamie Niederbaumer. Wearing the number 4, Leigh Aranifa. Wearing the number 5, Lex Ramirez. And wearing the number 14, Diamond Brownlee. Head coach for your Renegades, Grant Bingham. Referees for tonight's contest, Stephanie Cruz, Anthony Kim, and Crystal Taylor.
Once again, good afternoon, everybody. Joining me, Jenny Lewis and Julian Wilson. And the 17-8 Renegades have won 6 of their last 7 games, dropping their second conference loss to Glendale on Wednesday, the second time they've lost to the Vaqueros this season. Currently in second place in the conference's South Division, the Renegades host the 10-15 Citrus College Owls today. The Owls are 7-4 in conference and lost 75-66 to the Renegades back in January. They'll need to rely heavily on Javman Ave today, the leading scorer for this Owls squad. And Jenny, welcome in on the broadcast today. We just got done calling a men's game that was kind of an exciting one. BC trying to hang in. The Renegade women's program, a little bit better luck against the Citrus Owls back in January. And that's pretty much
quick
why.
basket for Danica Tolentino.
Danica Tolentino doing the job. And we'll see a little bit of her. She's averaging so far on the season 17 points per game, the leading scorer for the Renegades. And again, we're seeing it. And Julian Wilson and I talked about this earlier, the stepping on the line. And I don't know if people just can't see the line here. We had 3 line violations in that last game in the men's program. It looks like it's there, but I don't know if they can really see it. It's gray on the court and black for the line in between the red. So it seems like it's pretty easy to see, but it might be a little bit of a depth perception issue down there.
Maybe the lines just blend. It goes from gray to black to red.
Yeah. But once you're on the black, that's when you're in trouble. Maybe they think they have till they're at red.
That's right, till they're in red.
Yeah.
I agree.
Niederbaumer firing from outside. Brownlee comes away with the rebound. Back out to Tolentino, who looks at it for a second. Lexi Ramirez was calling for it. And Niederbaumer, they're going to call with a jump ball.
Yep.
And a good job over there on the other side by Brianna Gomez getting a hand in to force that jump ball. Possession arrow pointing to the Owls.
It's pretty early, but Citrus' defense looks really strong tonight. Renegades running a full court press. We see that often with this squad.
We've had that conversation earlier on with Grant Bingham earlier in the season. where he said sometimes they were just kind of waiting to see what they were facing before they decided to go with the trap defense.
Well, because sometimes you don't know how fast the team is, and you don't want to get beat to the basket.
Well, right now the Renegades look way faster than the Owls.
Look
as
at that.
Diamond Brownlee all the way down receives the inbound pass there from Danica Tolentino. And BC off to a quick 4-0 lead. And we talked about this previously in the previous game. They were off to an 18-12 first quarter in the game back on the 21st of January. So BC has done a pretty good job getting out early on this Owl squad in the previous appearance, hoping to duplicate the same today. And the Renegades having a little bit of trouble coming away with a rebound right now.
Good rebound there. I liked how they were setting up a real clear offense, and then we were really on a really good, strong defense. It seemed like really disciplined basketball there.
Tolentino barely misses on the layup there, and a carry might have gotten away with on that one for Renice Becerra. So far, the Owls have been off the mark on the outside, have not been able to really kind of drive the lane on this heavy equipped defense anchored by Lexi Ramirez down low in the post. Tolentino with a clean shot.
Beautifully run offense. Did you see how many screens she had? 2, I think. Drove right down the middle for an easy layup.
BC off to a 6-0 lead with 7 minutes. Brownlee gets the steal. And in for the reverse layup. I have a feeling that Diamond Brownlee does not like to go to that left side and intentionally went to the reverse. And now Layleen Araniva from way outside. That one's off the mark. 6:42 on the clock. Almost halfway through this first quarter. It's going pretty quick so far.
Both teams are running well. Their shots just
another shot off the mark. That's going to bounce off of Jamie Niederbaumer and out of bounds. And now checking into the game, Setziata Krynak. And number 10, Paisley Wu. Nice drive to the lane by Gomez. Draws the foul, and that's going to go against Diamond Brownlee. That'll be her first. And it'll send Gomez to the line. Gomez on the season shooting 70.3 from the free throw line. Makes 1 of 2. Actually makes none. I wasn't paying attention to the deal there. I was paying attention to some of my statistics. And down low, she may have gotten away with one because I thought she pivoted on the other foot, then turned around and pivoted back on the other one.
I think so too.
And so Ramirez now going to the line, and Gomez is going to draw the foul, the first one for the Owls. Lexi Ramirez with a double-double in the last game that we called last weekend. A fantastic appearance.
Yeah, do we have 2 girls that had double-double
We
last?
and Danica Tolentino.
Yeah.
No, Tolentino didn't get the double-double. She had 9 rebounds, was 1 shy.
She can rebound so well.
Absolutely can. You know, she's the shortest gal on the court, yet she had the second leading number
She just
of
weaves
rebounds.
her way in there.
Renegades off to a steady 8-0 lead so far. Nothing flashy, just kind of doing the work. And the Owls, nobody really down low, and that was a nice
play. It's just their
slash to the bucket there on the backside. And that foul, it's going to be the second one called on Brianna Gomez, and she's got 2 quick fouls. Not even halfway through this first quarter, 5:46 to go.
I think that was the right call. She stuck her leg out.
And one of the players that we're missing right now is Maylee Suasti. Suwasti number 2, and I don't have any kind of a report on her.
Jump ball, possession Renegades.
And looking down on the bench, they're missing a few.
Number 3, Lexi Navarro.
So Lexi Navarro coming into the game, and I don't see Suwasti's number. I don't even think she's here tonight. But Suwasti is the second leading scorer on this squad.
Great inbounds play right there.
They have 3 bench players for Citrus here today. From the outside, trying to fire, Mia Samaniego. Niederbaumer hasn't gotten warm yet, but give her some time. We've seen that happen.
Her rhythm. Right, I hope she finds her rhythm tonight.
So far in the game, the Owls are 0 for 8 from the field. Ramirez down along the baseline.
2 for under the basket to get a shot off.
And Niederbaumer had all the time in the world, and that was a beautiful stroke.
Nothing but net.
Nothing but net on that one. And Jamie Niederbaumer has her first 3-pointer of the game. BC leading 13-0. And the first shot of the game, nice drive to the baseline. Paisley Wu, and now it's 13-2 with 4:03 left to go in the first quarter.
Oh, Niederbaumer again. Just bounced off the rim.
Niederbaumer still willing to give it the old college try. Looking very comfortable out there as well and given plenty of time. We've seen a couple of games like the game with Glendale where we've seen her just get absolutely harassed the entire night. Looking really good right now. BC with a comfortable 13-2 lead, 3:28 left to go in the first quarter.
Nice
Diamond
rebound.
Brownlee on the rebound, very good. BC's going to slow it down now. Coach Grant Bingham giving direction over here on the sideline. Ramirez drives and blocked by Setziana Kranak. That was a good play. And that's kind of hard to do on Lexi Ramirez.
I don't think I don't think she was very happy with that call, was she? Did she get the foul call?
Well, I'm kind of looking over here right
I feel
now.
like we didn't, and then we did.
Well, now they're trying to figure out. Oh, and goodness sakes. That's on Brianna Gomez, and it's going to be her third personal foul.
Wow. First quarter with 3 minutes left, and just 3 fouls. And we don't have a deep bench tonight.
They only have 3 players on the bench for Citrus. So Lexi Ramirez at the line. Her first trip to the line so far tonight. Danica Tolentino, the leading scorer for the Renegades, with 4 so far, and Jamie Niederbaumer with 3. And now Rachel Green checking into the game. This is sophomore night here tonight. A couple of sophomores on this squad for the Renegades. Rachel Green is one of them, along with Diamond Brownlee. Brownlee is also out on the court right now. Well, no, she's not. Sorry. She checked out, I think, when Rachel Green checked in. But also in the game is Beautiful Vasquez. Tolentino down near the baseline. Drives to the baseline, throws up the jumper, can't get it to go. Rachel Green fighting for the rebound, can't get that one. And a good job there by Samantha Martinez coming away with the rebound for the Owls. And one. Javmin Ab, the leading scorer on the squad for Citrus, just now starting to get going. And Rachel Green's going to get called for the foul as Av goes to the line. Chance to make it a three-point play. Renegades leading 15-5 here in the first quarter. 2:18 left on the clock.
And now Citrus is running a full court press. Trying to keep that dribble alive.
Vasquez trying to keep that one alive, loses a handle on it down in the middle of 4 players.
Nice drive.
And
underneath.
a fantastic job driving the baseline and coming off by number 12, Renice Becerra. And a timeout is going to be called. You're watching Renegade Basketball. Back after this.
Let's go. Let's go. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate. Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like
In coming back out of the timeout, Renegades leading 15-7. Grant Bingham wanted to get a little bit of a timeout, felt like things were just getting a little out of hand. And credit to the Citrus Owls starting the full court press.
Well, I was going to say, they scored 7 points in a matter of a few minutes. So he really wants to slow things down, get BC back in control.
Tolentino down low to Green, turns around, throws up the jumper. Rachel Green just drops it in from 5 feet.
I think she shot that with her left hand. Is she, can we confirm?
She is not
she's
left-handed, no.
Great play.
Ab with the jumper, and that one just looked like Jamie Niederbaumer fired that one. A great high arc shot, and nothing but net.
Continuing with this full court press. How effective can BC be? That's the question in breaking this. I haven't seen too many teams press us full court. So this is an interesting strategy, especially with a short bench.
Well, do you really want to attempt that early on? Green comes away with the rebound, throws it up off the glass, misses.
Great offensive
Almost
rebound.
had a chance. Yep. And again, Jasmine Ave
took it all the way.
And they are continuing to pressure the Renegades as they pulled it within 6 now. Renegades had a lead 11-0 at one point. And Citrus really starting to warm up. And now Rachel Green from the outside trying to come away with a rebound on that one.
We got 8 seconds left. Let's see what they do with the ball. An attempt a 3.
Locked down to 2.
No. Oh.
And that one misses. So the Renegades, that's the end of the first quarter, and they lead the Citrus College Owls 17-11.
Let's go. Let's go. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate. Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
BC so far in the lead, 17-11. In the game that they played against Citrus back in January, they led the first quarter 18-11. They had a lead, but then they led in the second as well, led by as many as 13 in the first half. That lead kind of evaporated before they ended up extending it out in the fourth quarter and winning in that game on the 21st. by a score of 66-55, or it was 65-56.
That was a pass to no one, but they recovered.
So the offense is really starting to come together for the Owls, just missing a couple of shots here, but they're actually getting some production that they weren't getting earlier on in the game.
Jamie Niederbaumer 2 for under the basket.
Trying to work it around from way outside. Tolentino. Av out on the perimeter, guarded by Tolentino. Drives and shoots from the foul line. That one just short. And a foul's going to get called on the play.
Really?
On the floor, and it looks like it's away from the ball. And wait to see what's going to go. It's going to go against Lexi Ramirez. She was getting into it with Samantha Martinez down there on the baseline in the paint. So another foul now for the Renegades. And that's going to be Ramirez's first foul. First team foul of the second quarter. And a steal by Arleniva.
She saw that coming. Great
Tolentino. Rebounded by Ramirez. Drives back into the lane. Gives it up to Brownlee. And Brownlee draws contact. No call. And then Tolentino trying to go up. Gets the ball stripped away. And the Owls come away with it.
Ooh, she got away with that carry right there.
Jasmine Ave once again. And that's why she's the leading scorer, averaging over 20 points a game. And now the Owls pulled it within 4 points on the Renegades, 17-13. 8:19 left to go in the second quarter. BC did lead 18-12 in the first quarter of the previous game, and then beat them out 17-10. And no shot. Oh, the shot clock goes off right before Lexi Ramirez let go of the ball. And that was really close. And I don't think Lexi agrees with that call.
It was a close call.
The horn doesn't lie, though. The official's watching the ball and listening for the sound. That one just tossed out of bounds, but it looks like it's going to be off of Jamie Niederbaumer's hand and out of bounds. And now checking back in the game, Brianna Gomez. Gomez coming back into the game with 3 fouls right now. In danger of fouling out of the game, and with a really short bench, that's kind of a tough ask. Out of Nevon Becerra. The ball's knocked out of bounds.
Good, strong defense.
17-13 with 7:35 to go in the second quarter. Shot clock down to 6. Ramirez got a little bit of a hand on the ball. Made it come up short for Paisley Wu. Ball stripped away, and that's been a problem so far, is that Citrus has done a pretty good job, and they're going to call that one on the floor. And that's going to go against Paisley Wu. And that'll be her first personal foul. Jasmine Ave has come from out of nowhere to score 9 points in that first quarter. And about half the time it dissipated before they had even scored.
Ooh.
So
Lexi
a jump
Ramirez
ball.
Feeling frustrated right now, I think.
Yeah, possession arrow. I think right now Lexi Ramirez down low has been just getting double and triple teamed every time she's in the paint. And that's the opportunity where you have to look to the perimeter and kick that ball back out. Don't you agree?
I agree. I think she's working so hard underneath, and it's just not going her way right now, which is really frustrating. Niederbaumer with the 3.
And Niederbaumer hits her second three-pointer.
When you're down in the post and you're working your tail off and it just isn't going your way, and then you get banged, and then you get the foul. It's so frustrating as a player.
Renegades with the 20-13 lead. Araneva comes away with the rebound.
What a great rebound. See how high she got there?
Absolutely.
Wow, some athleticism. I love it.
That's when you go up at the absolute apex of the ball. Niederbaumer way outside. And I think some patience. And right now, Lexi Ramirez tapping on her head. She needs a little bit of a breather, I think.
We got 6 minutes left in this half.
And that one in by Javin Ave.
We've really got to figure out how to stop her.
Ave now with 11 points in the game. And BC really no answer for her. She's just come on strong. And again, the ill-advised long three-pointer by Tolentino, I think they need to give that one up.
She's taking it for the drive. Reverse layup, and it goes in for 2.
And she faked it to Leileen Araneva. They bid on it, and then she ends up going on the reverse layup for the score.
So fun to watch her play basketball.
Danica Tolentino now with 8 points. And a substitution now for the Renegades as Carly Hayes is going to check into the game along with number 6, Mia Samaniego.
Interesting. Danica Tolentino is from Ontario. I was trying to see maybe if she had any teammates here coming out of Citrus, but it doesn't look like it.
And again, another shot just down the lane. A nice floater by Brianna Gomez. And Gomez with her first score of the game. Tolentino driving into the paint, kicks it back out to Araneva. Samaniego was looking at it for a second. She's trying to give it up to Hayes underneath, but draws the foul in the meantime. And that's going to go on number 3, Lexi Navarro.
Second personal foul.
And they're going to say she was in the act of shooting on that one, which I don't believe that she was. So a lucky call, and that may just be because if you're off your feet in the paint, somehow they're going to just give you the shooting foul.
Interesting. I don't know.
Samaniego now at the line, her first trip there. And she misses them both.
Unusual, huh?
Little off the mark. 5:12 left to go in the second quarter. Renegades with a 22-17 lead.
Good
and that one's going to be off of Araneva, fighting it out with Samantha Martinez, who was trying to box it in and ends up forcing the ball out of the hand of Araneva and out of bounds.
Ooh, nice
and Hayes
block.
with a nice block, didn't even have to get off the ground. And Carly Hayes is 5'11". And on Martinez, who's 5'7", that's quite a big task for Martinez to try to score on that.
Just the difference in arm length.
And a 3-second violation called against Carly Hayes, and I wondered how long that was going to happen because the last trip down seemed like she was parked down in the paint a little bit too long.
First call of the night on a 3-second violation. Can't camp out in the key.
Tolentino
nice ball
getting
handling
harassed by Rainey Becerra. And that one high off the glass.
Such a great shot.
For the lay-in and the score, and Tolentino now with 8 points.
So good.
Is there nothing Danica Tolentino can't do besides the rebounding part and the scoring part and the shooting outside part?
Oh, left-handed layups. I mean, just make a challenge list for her.
She comes away with the rebound. And then behind the back, Julian Wilson, get that on a replay for me. Wow, that was fantastic. The only part that's missed on that is no score. And nobody got an eye on number 10, Paisley Wu.
Her shots
and she
are
missed the layup, and then in frustration, commits the foul. And now checking back in for the Renegades is going to be Lexi Ramirez. And number 3, Jamie Niederbaumer.
Paisley came out of the game. I think she's frustrated. I don't know her shooting percentage right now, but it is not probably very high. And she is fast. She gets down the floor so well. She moves so well. But tonight her shots are not falling.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Paisley Wu, though, a 32% shooter from the field. And that one's going to be a jump ball. as they were trying to pick the pocket of Javin Ave. 3:25 left to go in the second quarter. Coming up at the end of the quarter, Jenny's going to have an interview with Coach Grant Bingham and get his thoughts on the first half.
We're a little late on starting the clock there. They got it going. I think the girls got a few extra seconds to play. Nice drive to the basket.
And just an up and in by Brianna Gomez on the floater. Had a good look, and now they pulled it within 5 on the Renegades. Just over 3 minutes to go. Ramirez backing her down. Outside to Arniva. Samaniego trying to get the ball. She came charging in, and it just got past her. She tried to chase it back, and it got out of bounds before she could get to it.
Love the hustle. Love the grit.
Javin Ave with 11 points, the leading scorer in the game so far. And honestly, after that 11-0 run that the Renegades went on to begin the game, and right there, Javin Ave, I think that we know exactly kind of how that happened in the previous game and then dissipated in this one.
Great move by Lexi Ramirez.
And Lexi Ramirez with the great job on the pivot foot there, turning back going the other direction for the layup. And BC's going to have to find a way to handle Ave in the second half. The question that you need to talk to Grant Bingham about, I believe, in your interview at the end of this half.
I think you're right. I think that is the question, actually.
Ave with 13 points, the leading scorer in the game. Danica Tolentino for the Renegades has 8, their leading scorer. Niederbaumer from outside. Good rebound by Brownlee. Knocked kind of down by number 12, Rainice Becerra. But they'll cough the ball up. And now checking back into the game for the Renegades, beautiful Vasquez. And Brownlee will have a seat. Renegades leading 26-21, 144. And another shot, just a floater by Javin Ave, and now she's up to 13 points. Samaniego in the corner, drives left. And a good job on defense, slapping it away by Rainice Becerra. Ave has 15 points now. And a substitution now for the Renegades as Danica Tolentino checks back into the game. Arniva fighting along the baseline. Going to get pushed out of bounds. And that's going to go, oh, wow, on Brianna Gomez. And now that's Gomez's 4th personal foul. And BC 1 foul away from going into the bonus. And they're saying that that's Brianna Gomez's 3rd personal foul, as Lexi Ramirez gets the score. Under a minute to go. Clock down to 35. Ten seconds differential on the shot clock from the game clock. So they have to get a shot off. And they're looking for a foul on that one. Don't get it. Ramirez chasing Sestiana Kranak out to the line. Lexi Navarro throws that one up and misses. 3 seconds on the clock. That one's going to go out of bounds. And in the process, Navarro goes to the floor as she grabs her ankle. And she is down on the floor in pain right now. was. It's not muting for some reason. Well, you can't hear it. Oh, you can see it, though. Well, because you turned it down. I'm two. Have a little bit of check. Having a little bit of trouble on our microphone system here. There we go. Now we're back. Trying to figure out which microphone is which microphone. We're trying to figure this out little by little. 1 second left on the clock now. Inbounded and thrown up. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Renegades lead 28-23 on the Citrus College Owls. And BC, we're going to go down to the court now. And Jenny Lewis is standing by with Coach Grant Bingham.
All right, Coach. 5-point lead at half. Probably not the gap you were wanting. Can you talk to me about that?
I mean, we just we're shooting way too much from outside. You know, that's what shooters got to understand. If you miss a couple, you got to get to the rim. We're continuing to just let it shoot, and we haven't seen it go in yet in about 2 days. So we got to find a way to fix that.
Jasmine Ave, she has 15 points. How are you going to shut her down offensively? Do you have any strategies for when a player is just going crazy and shooting a really high percentage?
Yeah, we just got to find someone that's willing to step up on defense for her.
And who is that?
We'll find out.
Okay, thank you. Thanks.
So Coach Grant Bingham with Jenny Lewis down on the court. BC leading the Citrus College Owls 28-23. We'll be back with more right after this.
Let's go. Let's go. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah, we elevate. Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame. Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass, hold you know who run that. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate. Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah, we dominate. Renegades, renegades, lock it down, break away, yeah, we elevate. Full court press, yeah, we set the tone. No fly zone, better leave it alone. Cross you up, splash that three. Crowd jump when we hit that heat. Every play built on grind and trust. One squad strong, yeah, it's all of us. Championship mindset every night. Eyes on banners, yeah, we aim that high. Fast lanes, quick hands, sharp vision. We execute with precision. Lady renegades never fold. Heart of a lion, yeah, we bold. Stomp, clap, let's go. Stomp, clap, let's go. Who's how? Renegade house. Who runs it? We run it now. New walls, new roars, same ambition. Every season, write a new tradition. History made every time we play. Renegade Nation, lead the way. Renegades, renegades, hands up high, let them know we dominate. the heat and drop the flames. The game's ours to take. Renegade. Renegade. Welcome to the place where it all goes down. We came to make it rain, this is our town. Ain't no team that we fear, we put in work. We taking off like a rocket, lifting up the earth. There's no other team like us. We taking over, renegades. Rise up, renegades. No time to waste. We bring the heat and dry the flames. Game's on Tuesday. Renegades. Renegades.
Tyler. I'm from Bakersfield, California. I play men's basketball. I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old. Growing up, my dad, he was one of my biggest inspirations with basketball. He always was pushing and playing basketball inside his early years, and so whenever he fell in love with it, I kind of wanted to persuade and just make it to the NBA for him. I chose to come here because it's a lot of local guys that play on the team, and a lot of these guys I know personally or I play with in like AAU or things like that. So getting to play with them as us being rivals or something, like getting to play with them is something big, and also we all get to share our experiences on the court. I usually handle my personal life before everything else. I tend to procrastinate a lot. So with homework and things like that, I tend to do it last minute, but it gets done. It's just last minute, but I'm still on top of everything. I would say for any new athletes that want to join basketball or any sport, just to stay focused and don't let outsiders get to you. A lot of people are going to say a lot of different things, but as long as you put the work in and you push yourself to the level that you think that you can get there. There's nobody out there that hasn't went through anything in a negative way. You're going to go through your ups and downs, either negative or positive, but just continue to push. 5 years from now, I'm 20 years old currently, so I'll be 25. 5 years from now, I see myself owning my own business, most likely real estate or getting into the marketing field. And I see myself in the NBA for sure. I don't know what team yet. Any team that drafts me, I'll be gladly happy for that. And I see myself modeling for some type of clothing brand, possibly PSDs or any type of brand for sure.
Hi, I'm Beyonce Fimbres. I'm playing basketball here at BC. I've been playing basketball since 3rd grade. I just saw the sport and I kept playing it since 3rd grade because I've been playing it for NOR back then, and I just kept playing with it and I just fell in love with it. My favorite memory was back in high school when I didn't have a car, and my mom, I had to wake her up for like those 6 a.m. practices, and it was just always so much fun just having to do that and then going to go see my coaches and playing and like all of that. I enjoy meeting different type of people. The environment that they like have over here, I really do enjoy it. If not at a pro level, then perhaps even in coaching. I do see myself teaching people at NOR to have someone just like me growing up and help them out. So I do see myself in that area. I don't like losing. I'm a very competitive person, so every time I see someone who works harder or does better than me, it makes me want to work harder. Be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Always look for the hard stuff and get comfortable in that, and then work up to work harder.
All right, go ahead and bring us back whenever you're ready. Back for the second half, the Bakersfield College Renegades taking on the Citrus College Owls. Tom Myers, Jenny Lewis, Julian Wilson. What a fantastic game so far for the Renegades, at least. But for the Owls, too, they were down 11-0 in the first quarter.
They surprised me, honestly, closing that gap by within 5 points. I wasn't expecting that in the first quarter. What about you?
Well, I'll tell you what. After I saw the absolute lights-out play of Javin Ave, holy moly, that's when they really started to light it up. And right now, good defense by the Owls as well.
Well, and that's what Grant Bingham said in his halftime interview is we need the post players to start working. We're shooting too much from the outside. So the girls at least executed right there. I mean, they didn't get a shot off, but they executed what he was talking about.
And Brownlee was all alone down there and should have just turned around and shot the ball. Coughs it up instead. Back to Brownlee.
Shoots it out.
Back up top.
She's going to get the call. Yeah, I'm going to say, listen, Alexa Ramirez is not a player that's afraid to take the drive.
Citrus foul number 32, Samantha Martinez.
So Samantha Martinez now.
Shooting 2, Lex Ramirez.
And that's going to be her second personal foul. I correct myself, her first personal foul. They got that updated really fast on our stat screen. And it's really quiet in here for Lexi Ramirez as she hits her first foul shot. Ramirez now with 7 points. The leading scorer for the Renegades is Danica Tolentino with 8. And Jasmine Ave, for the Owls, has 15 points and came from out of nowhere.
Yep.
Literally let the first half of the first quarter just go completely silent before just turning the Jets on, and that's why she's the leading scorer. And I had a feeling that we would kind of have a problem at some point because we hadn't heard her name at all. And the
really
next thing you know,
alive.
she was everywhere and came
Yep.
alive. Yeah.
So we'll see what the Renegades do with her this second half, how they're going to shut her down. We're
Looks
double
like-
teaming like crazy right now.
And Lexi Ramirez is going to get called with a foul on that play, and that's going to be her second personal foul now. BC's going to tighten up the defense here, something I think that Grant Bingham, and a little bit of frustration in that conversation that you had with him
Yeah.
at the end of the first half, it seemed to me that he really was not happy with the fact that they had gotten scored on like they had, even though they still had a 5-point lead.
It's not the cushion that he wants. It's not enough to take a breath. 5 points is not enough to take a breath.
And I don't know how that happened. Lexi Ramirez somehow reaching over the top of number 12, Rainice Becerra, to get that rebound, and then had a chance to go back up before it got out of bounds.
Nice inbound play.
Brownlee, once again,
I just
very.
want her to take that.
I kind of agree with you. It's a little bit reticent to watch. You know, she's got position, she has a chance, and she just doesn't want to take the shot.
Great rebound. Lainey Arniva. Ooh, sorry, that's a tongue twister.
Arniva.
Thank you. Wow.
She told me I had to roll the R.
Okay, she is the
in
boss.
high school.
She is the boss of us.
She told
so,
me
yeah.
exactly what I was going to do when she was a junior in high school.
Okay, well.
So, yeah, I've known Laylene for a number of years now.
She's going to beat me up after the game if I'm not careful.
It's okay if you don't roll the R.
All right.
It's not okay if I don't.
Maybe if I continue to just compliment her basketball skills, she'll let it slide.
Well, Laylene is just an absolute bulldog out there. She's
She
very
gets
strong
in there.
and she's fast.
Wow, she just squeezes
a
her
good
way
ball
in.
handler, only a freshman this year. So
Nice.
a nice cut to the basket. Diamond Brownlee just found Lexi Ramirez. A great job there on the dish. And we talked about the game last week, several weeks ago rather.
Renegade foul number 5, Lex Ramirez. Third
And
personal
Ramirez is going to come up with her third personal foul now.
substitution, number 10.
So
Yikes.
now she's going to get a chance
Yeah.
to sit down and take a break as Beautiful Vasquez checks back in. And Beautiful Vasquez can get hot too. We've seen her
Yep.
kind of take charge in some of these
Yep.
games in the later part.
Hope she does.
So Rainice Becerra at the line, shooting 2. BC led by a score of 35-22 in the game 3 weeks ago against the Citrus squad. And then they came out in the third and actually went down 27-19 in that third quarter.
Yeah, the third quarter really shifted the game in that matchup.
But then they come back in the fourth quarter, 21-17 in the score in that quarter, and they end up winning 75-66 in that game.
Well, we've talked about this more than once. It's momentum. It's pace. Who takes control coming in after that halftime? You never know what happens with the girls, what happens in the coaches' meetings. It's a lot of time to reflect.
And one of the surprises on this squad right now is that there were only 8 players on the squad the last time that BC played.
What?
And there are 8 players today. So right now, and actually,
We've got one way on the end of the bench.
we do have one player way down at the end of the bench that doesn't want to have a conversation with anybody right now.
Sure doesn't.
And that looks like that's Lexi Navarro. .7:31 to go in the third quarter. And a hooking foul is going to get called on Laylene Araniva. That'll be her first foul. 3 team fouls on each squad so far, and we're not even three
Quick fouls.
quarters.
Yeah, 6 quick fouls.
We still got 3/4 of the quarter left to go.
Oh, she got her own rebound. What a great play. Missed both shots, but I love the hustle.
Gomez with 3 fouls. I said that she had 4, but the stat sheet showed her only with 3. So that we might have had a foul charge somewhere else that I wasn't aware of on one of those plays. Tolentino with a nice little floater down the lane.
Yep, that's exactly what you expect out of Tolentino at this point in the season.
And Danica Tolentino has that shot. I think she practiced
sure
that
does.
all
Wow.
day long. Because
Sure
that
does.
nice little floater just up and over, and it's an easy, like, 10-foot shot for her.
3-point attempt by Av.
And that's not a
Wow.
surprise. Javmin Av.
I don't even think it touched the net.
Wow.
What a beautiful executed shot.
And now Javmin Av with 18 points in the game. And Beautiful Vasquez just gets
defense,
her
yep.
pocket picked clean. Becerra throws one high off the glass. Av gets the rebound. Up and over.
Nice defense by the Renegades there. No one got a foul drawn. They were executing perfectly. The shots didn't fall in. It's exactly what you want to see. Oh, good
A
hustle.
good job by
No,
Grant Bingham saving Leland Araneva from going to the floor.
That's going on Niederbomber.
And
Yeah.
Jamie Niederbommer is going to get called on the foul on that. And that was even away from the ball, so I don't even understand what the
She
play
pushed
was.
her. Yeah, I think it was a pushing foul.
Jeez.
Yep.
And you don't want to see those. That's her first, though.
Yeah.
But then again, it drives
Us
this
to-
squad for Al towards
right,
the bonus.
towards the bonus.
One more foul, and they're shooting 2 for the remainder of the quarter, and only 6:13 left on the clock. Still have plenty of time to go. Av just finds the spot. Spots up and hits the jumper. And now she's got 18 points in this game.
Citrus is moving into a full court press. Oh,
Nice
tried
block,
to save her own ball.
but an ill-advised
Yep.
save. It was going to end up in the hands of Javmin Av one way or the other. She was going to either get it on the inbound out of bounds, or she was going to pick that one off. And Beautiful Vasquez is going to get knocked to the ground. I digress. That's not Vasquez. Diamond Brownlee snuck back into the game when I wasn't looking.
Citrus substitution number 32, Samantha Martinez.
So Samantha Martinez back in the game for Citrus. Again, that full court press by the Owls. And BC not taking any advantage, really, of getting the ball up the court when nobody's back. They may want to start taking a look at that a little bit
Oh.
more in depth.
Brownlee needed to go for her own ball there. A little missed dribble.
And a
Resulted
great
in-
layup by Rainey's Becerra. Traveling coast to coast for the score.
Owls have closed the gap to 8 now.
Diamond Brownlee gives it up Samaniego outside. Tolentino driving once again. That floater, that one misses. Trying to get the rebound. And she is fighting with Av. And then Leland Araneva just kind of let her go on that play. Wish she could get that one back, I'm sure. Luckily, no score.
I think Grant's saying, let's run an offense. Let's slow it down. There we go. And look, perfectly executed offense. Beautiful shot.
Araneva.
Beautiful shot.
And the lead is 10 now for the Renegades with 4:22 left to go in this third quarter.
And that was an example of slowing the game down, matching the pace that Grant wants to run.
Right there for the rebound
Good rebound.
was Setziana Kranak, not able to finish. And Jenny, it's like you said, it's the slowing down of the offense and running the offense when you have control and a 10-point lead. That's really what the Renegades are looking for. And not a good shot by Leilin Araneva.
Well, aside from that shot.
And looking over to the sideline, and she was
Yeah.
kind of flat-footed. And the coach on the end is going to have a talk with her. Look, he's waiting for her to come down there so he can talk to her about it.
Yeah, Emery's so encouraging. He's a wonderful coach. But to that point, slowing it down, it is a disciplined way of playing basketball. Gosh, what a great three-point shot. She's
Javmin
unstoppable.
Av.
Wow,
And that is her second three-pointer of the game, and she's now got
she is so impressive.
23 points.
Yeah. 23 points. We're not even in the fourth quarter.
And there's a frustration foul on the part of Rainey Becerra. Becerra just kind of reached out with her foot as Samaniego got right past her. And now the Renegades are in the bonus and going to the line. And that was Tolentino that got past her. Now Tolentino will go to the line shooting 2. 3:32 left to go in the quarter. Tolentino with the miss. Danica Tolentino from the free throw line shooting 75% on the season.
There we go.
She drains the second.
Yep.
And now Danica has 15 points in the game.
We got 2 on the ground.
2 of the same team ran into each other down there.
Miscommunication.
Hayes trying to come away with the rebound, unable to get it.
Really seen.
Them from way outside. And a foul's going to get called. Looks like it's away from the ball. And that's going to go on Beyonce Fimbres, followed by a Who Me. And that's going to be her first personal foul of the game, sending Samantha Martinez now to the line. Martinez misses the first. Martinez, a 78% free throw shooter. So we've seen a lot of high percentage free throw shooters today missing shots.
Not executing the shots today, that's for sure. I would not have guessed 78% based on what I'm seeing today.
Substitution, number 4,
and I'm still waiting for the call. And Fimbres came away, I guess, with the rebound. And on the rebound was fouled. And now she'll go to the line shooting 2. So points being scored without the clock running.
Yeah. Grant Bingham looks a little frustrated.
When you're in the lead, that's the last thing that you want is points scored while the clock is stopped. If you're scoring them while it's running, that's one thing. Well, scoring them at any time should be a good thing, but that's the last of the scoring mechanisms that you want. You want that clock to be running. 3:08 left to go in the third quarter. And there's a lane violation, and I guess she stepped on the line. And the shot will not count. And the lead is still 8 for the Renegades with 3:08 and counting in this third quarter. And a nice cut, but a missed layup.
Yep. Just getting beat down that line.
Becerra once again, is she going to get called for the travel now? And Becerra had a good line, just shot the ball too hard and over off the glass, over the backboard.
Well, we talked about that so many times, that finesse on the glass is really important, especially when you're already in motion. Nice drive.
And that's an example right there. Layleen Araniva flying down the lane.
And just finessed it on the glass so that it just dipped in.
Renegade lead back to 10, 43-33, 2:34 on the clock in the third quarter. And once again, trying to go baseline was Rainice Becerra. Got a little too deep in the pocket there. Tolentino driving.
Goes.
And that one just kisses high off the glass.
She has a great touch.
So BC, this is the time where you don't want them to start to get warm. Tolentino comes away with the rebound.
Well, now I'm nervous anytime Av has the ball and she drives.
Javmin Av has not had the ball the last couple of times down. Araniva from the foul line. Hayes comes away with the rebound.
Great offensive rebound.
And Carly Hayes with, I think, her first score of the season in limited time.
On sophomore night.
On sophomore night at that.
That makes me really happy. Nice drive by Av. Didn't quite get it off.
Tolentino coming away with the rebound. Tolentino now up to 8 rebounds on the game and a chance to get a double-double for tonight. And Layleen Araniva.
Way to go.
Timeout is going to get called. Layleen Araniva coming over, celebrating Renegades in command, 50-33 with 1:19 left to go in the third quarter. Back with more after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegades, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah we dominate. Renegades, renegades, light it up, lock it down, yeah we elevate.
Walk in the building, lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah we built for war. Heart, hustle, passion in the
Coming back out of the timeout, 1:19 left to go here in the third quarter. And we were just talking about the fact that the Renegades are starting to run the court. And tell me about that.
Well, speed is their weapon. There's not a ton of size. We're not seeing girls that are 6'2", 6'3", 6'4" even. And so if they can run the ball down, use that speed, they're going to be successful.
BC on the season, as we've seen games here in the rack.
She's going to get in a pushing call on that, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to go against Jamie Niederbaumer, and that's going to be her second foul of the game.
Second personal foul.
But
Sorry,
as we've seen as we've seen BC start to speed the game up.
Yep.
As soon as they start to speed the game up on other teams, they start to do things that are just, I don't want to say superhuman.
Well, it creates momentum for us.
Absolutely does. And right now, I think that the issue that Citrus is having is that Citrus needs to slow the game down.
I agree.
To stay in it. They need to keep the Renegades from running the floor and getting those really good shots. You know, that last play, Layleen Araniva out on the perimeter all alone, and as they're driving everybody down, she's there, had plenty of time to spot up and find her shot.
Well, it's who's going to take control of the game, to your point. If Citrus wants to take control of the game, they need to slow it down. If BC wants to take control of the game, they need to speed it up.
Absolutely. Just under 1 minute to go here in the third quarter. Renegades leading 50-35. Niederbaumer, and she's going to get her pocket picked by Javmin Nav in an easy lay-in, and now Av with 25 points. Javmin Av has 25 of the 37 points on this Owl squad.
Nice pass.
Outside, Samaniego just a little bit off the mark. A good rebound by Rachel Green. Kicks it back out. And BC trying to get it all the way down here as much as they can. 8 seconds differential on the shot clock and the game clock.
They're running
and
the
you can
clock.
hear them count it down.
Yep, running, showing some discipline here.
2 seconds.
Oh.
Rachel Green has to fire it. She's going to miss that one.
She didn't know it. She was out of options.
Rachel Green is looking over at Coach Grant Bingham like, that wasn't supposed to be my shot. What does she think she's doing?
She was out of options. She did the exact right thing.
And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. And hang on just 1 second. Let's tone that one out. They're going to say that somebody may have been called for a foul on this one. Hang on 1 second.
I think you're right. I think they're calling
the
a really
light
late
is
foul.
on,
Yep.
showing that the quarter has expired, but the officiating team is going to have a conversation here. And the Owls are standing down on their end like they're getting ready to entertain a foul shot. It's going to go on number 3. Foul called against the Renegades. Against Jamie Niederbaumer. And that's going to be Jamie Niederbaumer's third foul.
Okay. Okay.
So they're going to have to put a little time back on the clock here. And we're waiting to see what they're going to do, because otherwise you clear the line. So how much time? And they put .3 back on the clock. Otherwise, if it's 0, they clear the line and everybody has to come off, and then the foul shots are happened as an untimed foul shot. And that's going to do it. There we go. 3 quarters in the books. And the Renegades leading 50-38. Back with the fourth quarter right after this.
New house, new era, same dominance. Lady Renegades, stand up. Let's go. Let's go.
Renegades, renegades, run this floor, run this place, yeah we dominate. Renegades, renegades,
Lights on bright. New arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under, feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, yeah, the pressure on. Queens of the court, we command respect. Every bucket heavy like a paycheck. From the warm-ups to the final, we locked in, yeah, we built for a war. Heart, hustle, passion in the veins. Renegade pride, yeah, we bring that flame.
Hear that crowd when we take the floor. Energy up, can't ignore. When the ball tip off that glass.
Back for the fourth quarter, Renegades leading the Citrus College Owls 50-38. Tom Myers and Jenny Lewis. Jenny, thanks for being here this season to help us out.
Happy Valentine's Day to everyone at home, watching, listening.
You and I are married, not to each other, but to other people.
Yeah, to
and
everyone
we're
here
hanging
tonight.
out with each other on Valentine's Day.
Well. Okay, how long have you been married?
I've been married to my wife, Christy, for 13 wonderful years now.
Okay, and Colby and I have been married for, oh my goodness,
It's been a while.
20-something,
yeah.
23 or 24
Yep.
years.
Wow.
We
Since college.
We met here at BC.
That's right.
I was a sophomore playing basketball. I was 19.
And a
Just
nice shot and lay in there
Beautiful shot
by Lexi
Yep.
Navarro.
Running that full court press again. The pass got away from them.
And that's Navarro's first score of the game, by the way. And now they trail by only 10, hoping to climb back into this one. Vasquez.
Showing off some ball handling skills there. Did not get the travel.
And Ramirez kind of got lucky on that
She
one.
did
Might have
get
traveled
lucky.
a couple of times with an extra pivot foot.
Yeah, I think the coach was throwing his hands up.
And a nice pass underneath. And
Nice.
Layleen Araneva coming in, and she's going to draw the foul.
Oh, I thought she was going to get away with that. She really anticipated that.
Setziana Kranak.
Renegade foul number 4. Lay Arneva.
And a good pass underneath to find her down there along the baseline. And now Kranak's going to go to the line on the season, shooting 80% from the free throw line. Tonight, Citrus is only 4 of 11 in free throws, now 5 of 12.
Mm-hmm.
So far below the average of some of the players that have been getting to the stripe. The lead is 11 for the Renegades.
Alexia Ramirez dribbling down.
Hands it off to Tolentino. BC trying to find an edge to cut down below, and then the foul's going to get called on Setziana Kranak.
When they're just not executing what Grant Bingham was trying to talk about at the halftime break, which is getting it fed to post players that are set up.
Right now, just like that. And you said it, a little predictive on that one.
Yes.
And a good inbound to Layleen Araneva.
Because she was posting up.
Absolutely. Araneva now the third leading scorer on the Renegade squad with 11 points. Lexi Ramirez with 12 points and 6 rebounds. Danica Tolentino with 17 points and 8 rebounds. And now she's got 9. Tolentino 1 rebound away. And a nice pass. And unable to finish. And beautiful
rebound.
Vasquez, as she goes to the floor, couldn't quite get enough on it to get it over the rim. But now she'll go to the line with a chance to shoot 2. BC with a 13-point lead. And now coming out, Lexi Navarro's going to have a seat while Rainice Becerra comes into the game for the Owls. 8:07 on the clock. And a little quiet in the rack right now. I think everybody can hear what I'm saying from here.
You know, it's a funny thing playing.
Julian Wilson cackling down at the other end here, just a little.
But it is a funny thing, do you think, playing on a holiday sometimes?
Sometimes it's a little bit different. I've got another game that I'm calling here pretty soon.
You have a
Yeah,
playoff game.
basketball playoff game, Frontier High School. So we'll be.
Girls or boys?
It's a girls'
Okay.
playoff game.
Nice.
Don't ask me who they're playing because I forgot.
We played one time when my husband was pitching, and he was pitching in the World Series, and we had a game on Halloween. And I know it's funny that it's stuck with me all this time, but I remember bringing my son to the game in a Halloween costume with a basket because
That is fantastic.
I mean, it was Halloween, but it was also a World Series baseball game. Funny.
Brianna Gomez at the line. Jenny Lewis says she was at a game watching her husband pitch in the World Series like she was picking up groceries at the grocery store. That is not normal behavior for people, just so you know. You don't get to say that. It's like a friend of mine who told me that her husband was putting a rocket on the space shuttle once, and she said it like it was no big deal.
Yeah, it was such fun times. We did not take it for granted.
And that's going to be a foul on Samantha Martinez as Lexi Ramirez with the spin move tries to go up and gets the foul. And now that's 3 fouls, 3 team fouls on the Owls. Lexi Ramirez now at the line as the Renegades lead 56-43 with 7:34 left to go in the game.
Just wanted to take a second to remind everyone, if you have someone that you'd like to nominate for the BC Athletics Hall of Fame, you can do so now on GoGades.com under Inside Athletics. We're going to start kind of having some momentum for the BC Athletics Hall of Fame here real soon.
Yeah, we had a really good time last year. I got to help co-host that event with you last season.
Thank you. I know.
Had a lot of fans. Our good buddy Vance Palm went down in flames.
I know. He wasn't feeling well.
Unfortunately, he wasn't feeling well. Had a trip to the hospital and was just getting out. And so
great layup by Lexi Ramirez.
And great job once again transitioning down quickly down the court to score.
Exactly what you said.
And that's one of those things they've been able to get behind defenses and score easily. BC still keeping the pressure on with a 17-point lead now. And a good job cutting to the basket there. Trying to go high off the glass. Needs to be strong there. A little too strong. Samantha Martinez comes away empty, but not for a lack of trying down at the other end. And BC now just over 6.5 minutes left to go in the game. And Bingham's going to want to slow this thing down a little bit and use as much of that clock as he can.
Look at that.
And you know what?
Tolentino.
Jasmine Ab was swatting at the ball on that one and almost got it. And then you could see as she missed just the absolute deflated look on her face as Tolentino went to the hoop. And Danica Tolentino now with 19 points and 10 rebounds. And that one in and out, and there's just no luck for the Owls right now.
No luck at all. Lexi Ramirez got plain beat there. Unfortunately, she did not use the baseline as an additional defensive player, and the shot just did not fall.
Yeah, Danica Tolentino now with the double-double on the night. Her second in a row here in the rack.
Wow. Good for her.
We're going to have a conversation with her after the game. And that one knocked out of bounds by Samantha Martinez.
I think
and Ramirez is looking for where's the foul. And then they're going to say it's off of Ramirez and out of bounds. Must have hit off of her leg. 5:50 to go now.
I was going to say, I think Danica Tolentino is one of the ones when I walk up, she goes, oh, no, you're coming.
Well, I told them to get a tight shot on the interview down there. Giving a little advice to some of our camera crew during the break. But it's going to be a little tough with you as tall as you are. And right there, from the outside, Brianna Gomez.
We've seen her tonight. Nice shot.
Gomez with her first, she missed 5 earlier, but didn't stop trying and finally hits one.
Nice.
And Gomez now with 10 points in the game, the second leading scorer for the Owls. Oh, and what a nice pass down there by Samaniego. Gives it up to Vasquez. I don't even know how she saw her. Just looked over the other side of her and dumped the ball in.
You know, at this point in the season, sometimes it's just chemistry. You've been playing so long together. Oh, is that Av? Come on.
That is Jasmine Av once again, and she is 3 for 5 from behind the three-point line. 28 points. Actually, no, they're going to say it was a two-pointer with their foot on the line.
Oh, all right. Still, 27 points.
27 points, the leading scorer in this game.
Good for her.
And Tolentino says, I'm going to take a try. And we're going to match this 1 for 1.
I'm going to say Tolentino is not one that likes to be beat.
67 now to 48.
Av again with the drive. Just missed.
So BC has all the time in the world to just slow this thing down if they want to and burn through every shot clock at their discretion. And there, Lexi Ramirez not getting back on defense and sets Iana Kranak with an easy layup after getting the dish.
We're slowing it down. Grant saying slow it down.
Well,
Let's run
and
the
it
offense.
looked like the Owls were a little bit out of system there.
Yeah. Which, if they're out of system, you could take advantage. But with this lead, I think it's smart to slow it down, run a
Ramirez
complete
all
offense.
alone down there underneath. And Kranak can't do anything about that.
She just straight up
And
beat
how
her.
they didn't give her any help on that one is kind of a little bit alarming. BC now with a 19-point lead. And I got to wonder if maybe the Owls have just kind of, I don't want to say given up on this. You never want to see a team give up.
Maybe ran out of steam is
And
what we're looking
some
at.
of them look like they're a little winded. So, yeah, I mean, again, with that short bench.
Yeah, we've talked about it. They don't have a deep
Three
bench
bench
tonight.
players.
Yeah.
BC can afford to run them as much as they want. And now Danica Tolentino is going to go to the line. She's shooting 3 for 4 from the stripe tonight. 22 points and 11 rebounds, 4 assists. If we just get an assist total up.
I know we could add a triple-double.
Lexi Ramirez has 18 points now and 6 rebounds. And the funny part is, usually you think they'd be a little bit backwards, that Ramirez being down low and a post player would have more rebounds. But Tolentino always comes flying in.
She just gets in there.
Now Jamie Niederbaumer is going to check into the game, and Danica Tolentino is going to have a little bit of a break. 3:23 left on the clock in regulation here at the Renegade Athletic Complex at Bakersfield College. And a little frustration by Paisley Wu was not happy with her,
lost her dribble.
getting her feet tangled up.
Yep. Ooh.
But beautiful Vasquez down there.
Mia Samaniego was on
And
the
a
ground.
lay-in. And now that's 29 points by Javin Ave. Ramirez double team now.
Nice.
And just threw up a floater as she was fading away to her right.
She really has that touch right now. She found her rhythm for sure.
Lexi Ramirez now with 20 points.
Offensive foul.
And a charge is going to get called as Ramirez goes to the ground, and that's going to be on number 5, Brianna Gomez, and that will be her 4th foul.
Smart play.
Good job by Lexi Ramirez getting to the spot.
Yep. Planted her feet.
And drawing the foul.
Well, that's the hardest thing on an offensive foul. Like, man, your feet sometimes just move if your body gets hit.
That's right.
Citrus is still keeping with a full court press.
21-point lead with 2:29 left to go. Ramirez still trying to post up down low. She got deep under the bucket and used that, comes back, and missed what would have been kind of an easy lay-in.
A great shot, yep.
I think sometimes when they're used to drawing contact, they may get hit all night long. When they got a freebie, they don't really know what to do with it, and Vasquez is going to draw the foul. And that's going to be the 3rd personal foul on the Renegades. BC is now in the bonus. They've got 5 fouls. Well, excuse me. The Owls have 5 fouls, so that puts BC in the bonus. 2 more fouls is what the Owls need to get into the bonus. BC doing a pretty good job today.
Keeping the fouls
staying
low
disciplined,
overall.
yeah. And that foul's going to be on number 32, Samantha Martinez.
I was just going to say before they called their second foul, but, man, I like it when they let them play. That's how I prefer. I hate little tick-tacky fouls.
At the 2-minute mark now in the 4th quarter, BC with a 73-52 lead.
Oh.
And that's going to be,
yep.
Well, they're going to call a foul on that. It very easily could have been a jump ball. And that's going to send Leilene Araniva to the line. So that's going to be Gomez's 5th foul, and she's going to be done for the day.
And without a lot on the bench, that's tough. But
yeah, Brianna Gomez leaves the game with 10 points. And she was 3 for 6 from the free throw line and hit 1 from outside.
Frustrated. She is frustrated on the bench right now.
Araniva hits the first one. Now it's 74-52. Again, a very quiet sophomore night here. She hits the second. We are getting down close to the end of the season, but it will be playoff time, hoping that we can fill the Renegade Athletic Complex up with tons of fans for playoffs.
You
BC's
get in
definitely
free
earned it.
for regular season.
You get
Do
in
we
free
know for
I don't know about the playoff
Okay,
games.
we'll
They
check
may
on that.
charge. There may be a charge for that because those are controlled by the California Community College Athletic Association. Niederbaumer
Nice
drives a little too hard.
Well, they have a home game on Wednesday, and you get in free. So everyone, please come support this team. Come see the new facilities, which is, like we've talked about so many times, just probably the most beautiful gym for a junior college in the state of California.
Absolutely, and they take on LA Valley on Wednesday. Game time is set for 7 o'clock. So we'll have to wait and see what happens after that. They'll be at Canyons on Friday the 20th, and then the playoffs start immediately after that. And for more information on anything going up here at BC, especially since right now we're coming to doing double duty between basketball and baseball. We're running back and forth, Julian Wilson and I. So we're going to have to figure out where we're going to fit in basketball versus baseball coming up here in the next couple of weeks. But be sure to stick around. Jenny, you're going to have a couple of guests on after this is over. Lexi Ramirez is going to be one, scoring 20 points in the game today. And Danica Tolentino scoring 24. Tolentino with her second double-double in a row here at home. And Ramirez, 20 points and 6 rebounds. So Diamond Brownlee with the score there. And we're under a minute now. BC's going to slow burn this back down the court now. 36 seconds to go. The Niederbaumers out near half court. .11 seconds left on the shot clock. About 11-second differential between the shot and the game clock. Carly Hayes throws that one up. It's no good. And Rachel Green gets the steal, and she's going to get called for the foul on the play. Or actually, it looks like it's going to go against Lexi Navarro as she was fighting to get the ball back. Foul Green, and that's going to send Rachel Green to the line. And Green will get a chance to shoot 2 here to extend the lead. They have 77-54 lead right now. Green, a nice stroke, hits the first one. Rachel Green now with 3 points in the game and a chance to get to 4. That was a little shy off the front. And the clock's down to 10 seconds. BC outscoring this squad 28-16 in the fourth quarter. And the Renegades take the win 78-54, shooting 42% from the field. They were 28 of 66. And compared to more shots taken by Citrus, they shot 73 attempts. And they were 21 of 73, shooting only 28%. 3 of 17 from beyond the arc, and they were 9 of 17 from the free throw line. Conversely, for the Renegades, 4 of 19 from the three-point line. Not a great night for them. They do usually shoot a little bit better than that, but they were 18 of 24 from the free throw line. Doing a really good job for them. And we're waiting for Jenny to call over a couple of our players for tonight's game, and that's going to be Lexi Ramirez and Danica Tolentino. And here comes Danica on her way over, and Lexi Ramirez. And we're going to go down to the court where Jenny Lewis is standing by with Lexi Ramirez and Danica Tolentino with tonight's players of the game.
All right. Okay, girls, coming out of the half, you had only a 5-point lead. At the end of the game, you guys had a 24-point lead. Can you tell me what you talked about in, like, maybe amongst the team or during halftime to, you know, elongate that gap?
Going into halftime, Grant just basically told us, you know, we're so much better than how we're playing. We had a scouting report, we had a game plan, we got to follow it. We saw that there was a mismatch with the size. They're missing their post players, so we just said just attack that and, you know, go from there.
And I think you did. All right, Danica, you had a double-double tonight. 24 points, 10 rebounds. You got a double-double last game. You're really on fire right now. It is difficult to be sort of consistent at the end of the season when maybe fatigue sets in, an injury. Can you talk to us how your body's feeling, how you're combating some of that late in the season fatigue?
Yeah, as we get to the end, you just got to want it more. So you can't quit, you can't tap out now. We got to get to playoffs somehow.
I agree. I hope you guys do get to playoffs. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny Lewis. Once again, Danica Tolentino and Lexi Ramirez, a fantastic job here tonight as the Renegades get the win, 78-54 over Citrus. And we're going to be back with our final thoughts right after this.
Lights on bright, new arena, new legacy tonight. Hardwood shining like the future we chase. Every step under feel the ground shake. Fast breaks fly like we airborne. Defense tight, get a.
Back with our final thoughts of today's game. Tom Myers, Jenny Lewis, Julian Wilson, the doctor. A great game today, and BC really kind of did a fantastic job of shutting down this team that they kind of, didn't have too tough of a time with 4 weeks ago, but there were a little bit of ebbs and flows here and there. They didn't lose one quarter of this game this week.
Well, I don't know if I'm on.
You're not. Hang on a second. Let's turn. Oh, your volume was all the way. Thanks, Julian.
Everyone can
Where
hear
were you
me
on that one?
Everyone can hear me better than me. Okay, maybe it would be more appropriate to say they shut down Jasmine Ave. She was phenomenal. How many points did she have, I think, at the end of this?
Yeah, Av had 29 points in the game
points.
today. Yeah,
Great.
just a fantastic performance.
She was phenomenal. She made that team float. She was impressive to watch.
Danica Tolentino with her second double-double here in the rack in two weeks in a row. A fantastic effort on her part.
Well, and you heard the girls during that interview at the end of the game. They want to go to the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. And not taking anything away from any of the other players. Lilian Araneva with 13 points today. A fantastic effort on her part.
Yeah.
Doing her job lately of being a good support player for the other squad, because not only does she do it on the offensive end, she does it on the defensive end as well.
Well, and I think we said during the game, at this point, it is about chemistry. These girls are playing off of each other. They're playing with each other. They all have a common goal of being successful, winning these games, and getting to the playoffs.
Absolutely. So BC is back home here next week against home LA Valley. Game time is set for 7 p.m. The men's game will happen at 5 o'clock right before that one, and that's going to be sophomore night for the men's program. But then we're going to get a whole schedule of what's going to happen. BC right now, the women's program, in contention right now in the Western Athletic Conference of having a chance, the Western States Conference of having a chance of going to the playoffs pretty well. I mean,
yeah.
I think they're just going to win if they win out, which they possibly will win out. I think they're favored to win out against the teams that they have remaining. So really looking forward to having that. So we'll find out kind of in the next couple of weeks where they are for playoffs. But your final thoughts of tonight's game?
My final thoughts are I really liked how we were able to take control of the game. You kept talking about how if we could speed up the game, we would gain momentum and we would score. And that's exactly what happened. But that still takes discipline. That still takes discipline, slowing them down on offense and speeding our offense up.
Julian Wilson, your final thoughts for tonight?
Not much I can add to what you all have just said. I mean, man, this was a great game. This is great for Grant. I mean, since he's been here, this program has completely turned around, and not to take anything away from what's been done here previously at BC, he has really, really injected some enthusiasm into these young women. And like I said, playoff time's coming up. We got a lot of exciting basketball ahead of us.
Yeah, and we had a conversation about this. The Renegades improved to 18-8 overall, and over the last 4 seasons prior to that, the most that they had won in a single season was 8 games.
Right, exactly.
So they've done a fantastic job of improving that record. They're 8-2 at home so far this season and 8-5 away. And in the Western States Conference, they improved to 10-2 now, only losing to the same team twice in a row, as I said in the pregame, and that seemed to be Glendale that really kind of has their number. So they're going to have to figure out a way, possibly if they have to meet them again in the playoffs, of finding a way around that. So on behalf of everybody here at Bakersfield College, this has been Tom Myers, Jenny Lewis, Julian Wilson. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bakersfield College Athletics thanks you for watching this broadcast. For more BC Athletics sports videos, highlights, and replays, subscribe to Bakersfield College Athletics on YouTube. And for news, live broadcasts, and schedule information across all our sports, visit gogades.com.
Well, yeah, what time is it? It's 4:50.